Hello and welcome to Garblag Games. We are playing Scion and this is Vostok's Chance. Welcome back to episode 4 of Vostok's Chance. I'm Colin. In a moment we'll go around, everyone will introduce themselves, say who they're playing. But before we do, please do not forget to check us out on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, YouTube, the podcast. If you want to listen to it and not watch it, if you're listening to the podcast, check out YouTube. We're on Discord. There's loads more people joining. Maps. Every day, there's more people on Discord, so that's cool. Lots of discussions about maps. There's a challenge going on to make a map with a few people running with that. Mm-hmm. We've got our Patreon, which I'm sure people put a link to. Mm-hmm. Yep. We've got all the subscribers on there. Thank you very much, because you are paying to help make everything cool. All these improvements around the studio that you can't see because they're behind the cameras. Apart from that.
You can
just about see the microphone. Anyway, yeah.
And Redbubble.
And Drive Through RPG.
Throw pillows.
Throw pillows, yes. Couch sheet throw pillows. Another thing you can buy on Redbubble if you really want to. Also, Drive Through RPG. There are some bits out on there, some maps.
And GM skills.
Zweihander. Setting.
Yeah, character sheets,
setting notes
adventure
and
things.
Adventure seeds and maps of
all
areas
kinds of bells
and little
and whistles.
plans and stories.
Lots of cool stuff. Go check it out.
What they say.
And don't forget to like and comment.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Anyway, let's get going.
So,
Oh yeah, I've got to introduce myself. I'm John, I'm playing Maria, and I'm a Scion of XP Totec.
Hi, I'm Dan, I'm playing Edward Percival, and I'm a Scion of Odin.
Sam, Lisa, Nazek.
Hi, I'm Roger. I'm playing Ricky, the Scion of Tsukiyomi.
Hi, I'm Dave, and I'm playing Herman Haller, the Scion of Balder.
Okay, so last week you managed to extract your contact from the
Yep, we rescued him and he's totally fine now.
You successfully rescued him, and then
and then we brought him back to base and he was fine and we had dinner and we watched TV and it was great.
Yeah,
that's what we should have done. That's what we should have done.
He went with.
He didn't wanna.
Ricky to pick up the data, and Ricky had a bit of an encounter.
Yeah, there was a thing of nope.
There was a thing of nope.
There was a shadow ninja.
There was some variety of shadow ninja.
There was a ghost. Guaranteed.
I don't know why the shadow's ninja is sidebar.
I regret.
That was him running away.
I regret not having a smoke bomb.
It's okay, it will have one.
I don't like it.
So yes, that led to some interesting conversations. I was quite amused looking back at them and seeing there were some things that Ricky jumped to, some conclusions that Ricky jumped to that were very well justified, some conclusions that Ricky jumped to that were a little bit more of a stretch. There were also some that were accurate and some that weren't, and the overlap between those is... The correlation between those two groups is surprisingly random. Making wild leaps of illogic to get to correct statements and following logic to incorrect ones is entertaining.
It's fine. I've got a theory that it's all kind of some sort of joke. Yep. I've got another theory that it's not.
Great theories.
Well, you know, at least we've got that covered.
Well, I had another theory that it's actually like kind of some sort of mythical racial thing. So that's why there's ninjas chasing him. So ninja goes to chasing him. I have to watch out for vampire pandas.
I got chocolate pandas.
Vampire pandas?
Why vampire pandas?
Well, because vampires are supernatural stuff like ghosts, right? And pandas are Chinese and ninjas are Japanese. Obviously.
So what you're saying is that vampire pandas are the chosen assassins of the Chinese gods?
Yeah, why not?
Okay.
Obviously.
As we all know, there's no bad things in the Aztec religion, so we're all good, right? We're just a friendly bunch.
Yeah.
Stop it.
I love how you tried to do that really sneakily, but they saw it on the other camera.
Anyway.
Sorry, I'll stop now.
Okay. Let's try and get back into the slightly more shaken frame of mind you were in beforehand. So, or at least some of you were in. So you two were inside.
Drinking.
I was
No,
outside.
the three of us
you
went
two
for a
were
walk.
inside.
Mr. Percival and
Drinking.
And you three. Gesturing this, don't I?
This one, that one, and the other one went for a walk.
I don't know.
that one.
I was outside.
Percival, Maria, and Edward. No.
No.
Edward Percival's one person. Well, I could be two people. Who knows?
Edward, Lisa, and Ricky were outside discussing events. While
Ricky was
Herman
telling us
and
ghost
Maria-
stories.
Well, yes. While Herman and Maria were inside having
A drink.
A drink.
Scotch.
eating dinner.
Scotch.
As you are fizz repping very
Had we
effectively.
healed, Dan? I can't remember if we
No,
healed.
not yet.
I started to tend to my wounds.
You mean rested, right?
You've been doing first aid, but it takes like 3 hours to heal a level of bashing.
Great.
Which means, look, basically by like not too late tomorrow morning,
Shut up.
you'll be
Go
fine.
to sleep. Get up. Fine.
Take you 12 hours to heal. It's not that bad, but it'll take you 12 hours to heal.
Okay. 12 hours of drinking.
The main advantage of first aid is basically that it alleviates any other complications and means that essentially you get that healing rate and you can
Cool. So
offset.
you don't get infected.
Not-
And if you're
as
covered
a
in
military
bandages-
surgeon.
Well, that is a level 3 boon.
And if you're covered in bandages, no one notices when your wounds have miraculously disappeared if you're still wearing the bandages.
Yes. I don't think we bandaged up. I think
I did.
I was holding vodka to my head.
I was going to say running
Scotch,
around
wasn't
naked,
it?
but
Yeah.
actually you probably would, so...
I had my shirt off at one point.
Yeah.
I was tending to some
Yeah.
very serious
You were-
bruises.
He was
You're
doing
with
an
ice.
Alvin.
Anyway,
Right.
I don't get that reference because I'm not in that game.
I'm not in that game, but I've watched it.
I don't understand what's happening anymore.
Cool. So, pointing doesn't work. Right, you guys, are you coming back? You're gonna.
Yeah.
I think that we.
I think we decided we were kind of wandering
Finished
back.
our super secret conversation of, I don't know what that was,
I mean,
and let's not talk about it
Lisa was
because-
like proper freaking out about
Well,
it.
we needed to go and find the guy, because, you know, it's not his fault.
And
Denton-
we'd assessed that Denton was already dead, essentially.
But he might not be!
And this is exactly what happened.
There you go, see, I helped.
Great. Okay.
On the way back, I am going to fold the SD card into a lowish denominator, like a
Why not
$5
damage
bill.
it?
What
Yeah.
about a $1 bill?
It's low. Yeah.
I thought lower. That's a low one.
low-ish, not low.
Oh. Don't want to seem poor.
Edward Percival doesn't know what $5 look like. It's too low for him.
Green.
Monopoly money.
The money all looks the same anyway.
1 is green. 5 is green. 10 is green. 20 is green.
50's green, 100's
50?
green.
Who
They're
are
all,
you?
they're
Who
all
are you
green.
again?
Yeah. So yes, you're gonna. Okay. Cool.
Oh yeah, and just head back to the thing.
We know you got the SD card, didn't we?
Yeah, I
Discussed
showed
that,
you, yeah.
Yeah.
And we said, hey, should we look at it? And you're like, no, we're going to do it. Well, yes.
Because
but
they
we need
probably
to...
hacked
Yeah.
everything we have.
So
Oh,
we're
no.
just going to
Not
give it to-
everything.
give it to mystery person who you haven't told us who you're giving it to.
No, That's entirely deliberate.
No one, because we don't know,
We don't-
because
we
you
don't
don't know.
Fair.
But you would know if you were paying attention last week.
Who are you again?
Right, okay, yeah. So back to base.
Okay.
Dinner.
Dinner.
Herman is enjoying his dinner.
I'm trying to tend my wounds with vodka. Scotch. Sorry, I'm getting my spirits.
Maria
mixed
is
up.
enjoying her dinner.
Got some ice in one hand on their head. It's like a hangover without all the happy memories.
There's lots of happy memories.
Yeah, I suppose there was a lot of happy memories.
Hey, what you got?
Scotch?
Is the kitchen still open?
I believe so, if you go and ask.
Excellent. Hey, do you know who we should invite? Denton! Let's invite Denton around for dinner, and then we can all have a thing about how it was so funny when we rescued him and how relieved he is that he's not there anymore. Also, we should probably take that bike back. You know, the one
No,
that
the bike's cool.
you borrowed. Because it's kind of stealing. That's kind of...
I'm not entirely sure they'd welcome us back with open arms.
Well, that's fine. We don't have to be there. I mean, like, we kind of probably would, but, you know, we could take it back when they're not there, and then leave it there, and then they'll leave us alone.
I'm going to get a steak.
Sounds risky.
Well, we need to get the other one back, because
No, not really. I mean, you know, they're pretty
that we
safe.
didn't bring the other bike back. So we could go there on that bike, and then go and get the other one, and then leave it in the garage, and then she'd be, like, not as angry at us.
And then we could have our chance for sweet, sweet revenge.
What? On the wardrobe lady? I mean, I know she was a bit of a grump, but she was okay. The makeup guy was worse.
I meant the bikers.
Revenge for what?
Just revenge.
They were just there.
An all-encompassing need for revenge.
Okay. You should drink more scotch.
Revenge
It does
for getting
have
in the way
all this
of
scotch.
her beer bottle.
If she drinks enough, she won't be able to walk, and then that's probably best for everyone.
Look at Herman. Revenge for what?
I seem to think we only just made it out last time, I'm not sure.
Hey, we haven't
I'm
on the
not
back
saying
of
we should go in, I just mean, you know, like to the parking
Oh,
lot.
did you lot have problems then?
No, me and Edward beat up a load of guys. They were
Two
bigger
of
than
them are
us.
looking, you know.
Yeah, I will be kind of looking at your bruises as you're saying that.
Beat up a
And
load
all
guys.
of the bandages around them.
So we should,
Hey, you
see,
should
the
see
other
the other
guys, right?
Well, that'll be worth a watch then when the show goes live.
Indeed.
Do we know how long that takes?
No idea. Was it in the contract?
6
Oh,
months.
and,
Have we
right.
been told how long it takes for it to... Okay.
No one's asked.
I assume if it's a normal TV show, they'd film a series and then...
Not necessarily, like,
America
reality
tends
TV
to
tends
film
to get
whilst it's going on, which is why when you have a writer's strike, series end halfway through.
Ah.
And I take a break in the middle anyway. What's that about?
strange.
So,
Yeah.
tomorrow, what do you think we're doing tomorrow? Because tomorrow's going to be harder and, like, more dangerous and
Breakfast.
more challenging.
I don't know. I think we will overcome whatever they put in front of us. If it involves more punching, I'm down with that as well.
Okay.
Do you remember that they said that you shouldn't just go in there and start a fight?
I don't recall that. No. Do
Well-
you recall that, Edward?
They did.
I definitely
No.
remember you saying that.
Yep.
Don't remember that.
That was definitely a thing.
I don't remember this.
Don't know what you're talking about.
Maybe you got hit on the head.
No, I hit a lot of people in the head.
Are any of the bruises on his head?
Her head.
Her head, sorry.
No.
No.
Woohoo! Scotch-free! Scotch-free! Ah, sweet scotch.
As a gentleman, I protected her head when we were running. Didn't protect anything else. Dragged her out by her hair.
Hey!
Yeah, that was Ricky laughing.
Dark. I like it.
So, yeah, we've completed a challenge. Or at least I think we completed a
Well,
challenge.
I think that was the trial. I'm not sure we get paid for that one.
Did we?
Oh.
Well, that was the test
think
to
we
see
got-
if
I
we were
think
good
that-
enough to do the next bit.
I didn't think you got paid until the end anyway.
I thought we got paid as we went.
I
well, they
understand
cover
it is on a
expenses.
per,
Yeah,
Challenge
per challenge
basis.
thing, isn't it? From
and
the-
we can choose to leave at whatever time we feel with our winnings.
Yeah,
Yeah, they always say that. But, like, who does that?
that's right
really?
from the contract, isn't it? Because I remember everything.
Yeah. Essentially, you risk what you've lost. You risk what you have won so far if you accept the next challenge.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Well, so far we haven't got anything. So let's do the next one.
Are there any like kind of safety net points where you can carry on and go back to your bank or
Not really.
okay?
I think
The-
you
the
just
most-
take your winnings and go.
You see
yeah,
that? See that
basically.
door?
The most that I think that any group has done is 3 consecutive wins. And then they went, that's enough, we'll leave now. Because by that point it was quite a lot of money.
We got this. We do. Well,
Okay, but like breaking and entering and theft and kind of a bit of a bar brawl is low threat. I mean, that guy had a gun.
He did have a gun.
Might be rubber bullets.
No, it wasn't.
Ricky checked it.
That gun was quite real, and so was the ammunition.
Maybe the next one will be like a quiz.
Those knuckle dusters were also definitely real.
A nice quiz. Or a maze.
I like your optimism.
I'm an optimistic person. I'm bright and happy.
I can tell.
I'm awfully confused about what's going on here. Maybe I died in that bar.
That was where one of the bruises was.
No, Dad.
No, still alive. Thank you, Miss Tank.
Helping.
Is the bar still open?
The bar's always open, baby.
Basically, it's a...
Go and help yourself.
Not quite as help yourself, but it's that the people around, there'll be someone around who can...
I'm getting a beer.
Yeah.
Does anyone else want something while I'm up?
Ice cream?
I'm all
Another orange juice, please.
lovely.
Ice cream? Alright.
So
I'll have-
Lisa runs on sugar.
Well, that after my
Maria
steak.
runs on scotch.
And hate. Don't forget hate.
Bright and happy. Optimist.
That's right, Maria. Go to your happy place.
A happy
Please
face
don't.
is burning
I
people.
don't want to know.
Anywho, yeah, drinks and food.
Drinks
Yes.
and food happen. Okay.
How many cameras do you think that they have on the... Do you think they had cameras in the bar? Like, how would they film us?
Probably set up stuff
Do
before.
you reckon some of the bikers were, like, camera guys with, like, hidden cameras?
You couldn't hide a camera on someone's body.
Do you think they had cameras on us, like, in the gear that we borrowed?
It's entirely likely.
Probably.
Possibly in our gear. I'm not entirely sure the bikers in that bar knew we were part of a show.
Well, I didn't think that they knew that we were coming. And I didn't
I
notice
hope it was on camera.
any CCTV
First time
or
I've
any
ever run up a
alarms
wall
of
before.
any kind, really, in there. Like, do you think they have a fire alarm? Because I did think we could just go in there and, like, ring the fire alarm and then they'd all leave, and then we could just go and have a look. That would have been really good.
Miss Tang, I mean, judging by their appearance and my interactions with the gentleman, I don't think they would have cared if the building was actually genuinely on fire.
Well, thankfully it wasn't, because that would have been really dangerous.
There were several health code violations.
Really? You know about that stuff?
Yeah, I worked in a few restaurants.
Cool. But you don't like food?
No.
Okay.
But she likes spitting in it.
Okay.
Not just spit.
There you go.
Right.
Oh, okay, I'm not going to eat my dinner.
Well, either way, I hope they got it.
What, the spit?
No, the cameras.
Oh, I was about to say.
We'll have to ask tomorrow.
What about the car chase? Bike chase? Road chase? Road thing? That was cool.
That was quite cool.
It was. Miss Tang, your driving was excellent. We lost them in seconds.
Thanks.
We really called it a chase.
Well,
Herman drove the bike.
I didn't want there to actually be any, like, actual
Yes,
real
that was,
accidents.
Interesting.
What was more interesting, that Herman hit someone with his stick.
I didn't see that.
I thought you were going to say he hit someone with his bike. You didn't, did you?
No.
No, he was very safe. I felt very secure.
I would expect that from you.
Yes,
I
unfortunately.
did not expect you to steal the bike, though.
I didn't feel that we had much choice. I'm not one for stealing personally, but
Okay.
It was more
given
for
the
a distraction.
situation, it was a necessity to get out of there.
You got out pretty swift.
Well, someone had to get what we came for.
I think it was an all-round solid team effort.
No, it wasn't. We worked terribly as a team.
Okay, well, that's good. That means we've got something to, like, build on and we'll be better next time.
Just a...
If you start off low, then it's not that hard to get better. That's what my teacher said to me.
Does anyone have any suggestions as to where the team plan went wrong?
The frontal assault probably didn't help.
Not listening.
Okay, next time can we do the fire alarm thing?
Yes.
Can I set it off?
Yes.
I hope it's a school. That would be cool. Do you know schools are really creepy when there's no one in them?
Then would there be much point in setting off the fire alarm?
Yeah, if it's empty, that'd make our lives a lot easier.
I don't know. I went to an all Catholic girls' school, so that was creepy anyway, even with people in it.
Okay,
Oh.
then.
How do you do that? Like, everything you say just kind of... dead
What?
conversation.
It's just the ring of truth. No one likes hearing the truth.
Cool.
I was wondering if it was in character, John.
It's not John.
column A, little column B.
John's more. Da, 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 da. Whereas Maria's more. I hate the world and everyone in it.
Yep,
So
which
more
is
like
why
me.
I'm flattered that, yeah.
I'm playing Sam, basically.
Sam doesn't hate the world.
Yeah, look at this brightly coloured happy face. Everything's great. Like peaches and rainbows and fire alarms. Ice cream.
Desperately wants to turn on fire alarm.
Ice cream can happen. Kanuna's around at the bar.
We can hit the fire alarm in here if you really want.
Kanuna is around at the bar.
That is the guy I wanted, right?
Yes.
Sorry. My character can remember everything.
That's
but
why.
I can't.
That's why I just went. Kanuna.
He's cool. I like him.
Is there anyone besides Kanuna around?
Me, you.
Helping.
Helping.
Yes.
She's Rita? No, she's retired for the evening. I think
Away.
she's finished her book.
She had finished the book.
She said it wasn't that good.
The makeup artist guy is
Oh, he
kind of
sucks.
sitting
Okay.
behind the bar. Was having some low conversation,
Yeah,
quiet
it was
conversation with
He's
Kanuna.
grumpy.
Oh, he's talking. Okay.
He
Yeah,
was talking to Kanuna. So you came over to get stuff, and they were.
yeah,
they
I'll
were-
I'll stand over by the bar and hope Kanina kind of moves away from the other guy.
Yeah, I'll come over to see what you want.
I will order the things I was asked to order.
Yep.
Which you remember,
Which
because
I
you have a
remember.
really good memory.
Yeah, I might have a good memory. And palm him a tip.
Okay.
Don't do that when he delivers and stuff.
You can do it. I don't know. Your culture's weird.
You alright, mate? Do you want a
I'm
tip?
not used to this tipping.
Cow tipping! That's the thing we could do.
Cool.
Where's the nearest farm? We're in, like, New England, right? There must be a farm.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
probably fun. So.
Have you ever done that? Do you do that in England? You must have loads of cows in England. Are they small?
Why would they be small, Miss Tang?
Well, because everything's smaller over there, right?
You understand that I'm 6'4", right?
We were here.
Yes, but I'm British.
You're just very far away when you're in England.
Yeah.
I mean, just smaller.
Right now, he's just really close.
You people are so confusing. I don't even know where I stand with you.
Up.
about
4 feet
a foot and a
away,
half
mate.
taller than me.
No, not. It's not smaller in England. Crazy yank.
What's your house like?
It's not really a house.
Oh. You have an apartment?
I think he means it's more an estate.
He's a knob, so it's a pretty big place.
Oh, like a farm.
Like
Ask him how many bedrooms he
but
has.
Bigger.
There is a farm on the land.
Okay, fine.
It's like the White House, but
Ice
bigger.
cream.
Okay. Yes, you can give. Give Kanuna a tip. Now, does he notice that this initially folded?
As I slip it to him, I'm going to kind of press the SD card slightly against his hand when I pass it over, so he can
And
feel
crush it by
the thing.
accident.
Yeah. Okay. Cool.
Holy
Kind of
rampage!
Whole hand comes off.
Oh, me strong. Oh dear.
No, okay.
I'm hoping I've got enough dexterity to not just go.
You've not really
probably
got enough
break his
strength to
hand.
actually break his hand just by.
Because he's a
by
Scion 2! Not twist.
Anyway, yeah. So you push. Yeah, he'll notice. He seems to. He kind of frowns and doesn't immediately say anything. Fine.
And yeah, I'll just go sit. I'm just not even going to react to it. I'm just going to go and sit down.
Imagine if you just went, oh, an SD card! Just ruins everyone's plan.
Carmen, what's your house like?
It's made out of wood. It's
I don't know
reasonably
how
in the
to do
middle
that,
of nowhere, surrounded often by snow and trees.
but- Cool.
Sounds
It's
really nice.
very nice and peaceful.
Sounds like where I go on holiday.
Great.
Sounds like there should be solar panels on the roof.
We have a wind turbine.
Fair. Clean energy, you see. That's the future.
What solar panels or wind turbines?
I'm sure it's fine, guys.
It's fine.
We're getting locked up in details.
Details.
Do you have a car? Or a bike?
A car. I've never ridden a bike before our adventure.
Awesome!
You
New
did very well.
skills.
I was very impressed.
I borrowed my cousin's one once. And I gave it back to him. Mostly how I left it. Found it. Yep, like that when I got there. It's cool. I blamed it on his brother, it was fine.
Hang on, Miss Tang, didn't I get on a bike with you?
Yeah,
You didn't tell me that you had accidents.
everyone has accidents. That's part of life.
It's how you learn.
Thanks, Herman.
Herman's got a point.
Yeah. You never had an accident, ever.
No,
Like paper cut.
not that I'm aware
Or like
of.
tripped over a step. or-
No, I'm educated enough to look at where I'm going.
I mean, I don't remember tripping over a step, but, you know, people do. It's the thing. You know. Yeah.
Maybe I'm just very lucky.
Maybe. Good. Do you play lottery?
No, no need.
But if you're that lucky...
He's lucky enough he doesn't have to play the lottery.
Okay, cool. Write some numbers on this bit of paper.
Write down random numbers. There you go.
See, if you were smooth, you
Cool,
would have
thanks.
written down your phone number.
Something tells me I'm not Miss Tang's time.
Fair. I don't know.
Don't know. If you remove the broom,
There's a broom.
I haven't got a broom.
What broom are you talking about?
one jammed right up his arse.
You have a broom up here?
I wasn't aware of it.
Oh.
Explain why my back's so stiff.
We make pointless conversation, have some food, have some drinks, and probably
You
go
do.
to bed.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm quite enjoying the point of this conversation, to be honest. I could do more.
I said we could, however, the viewers might get bored.
Yeah, I've tried asking
I'm
you about...
enjoying this role play.
I've tried asking you about stuff tomorrow, and I've tried asking you about, like, character-y things, and yeah.
Okay. Cool. No. That's fine. Okay. No, wait. It's the other way around, isn't it? Okay. I'll work it out.
Don't look at the screen; it doesn't help.
No, no, I'm not talking about the screens at all. Anyway, so yes, you sleep. You wake up in the morning, which is always,
Yay! We're not dead yet.
Yay.
it's never quite a given in sometimes. But, yeah, you
Anyways.
two will heal your damage.
Woohoo!
Not necessarily all of it by the time you wake up, but by the time.
I think we had 4 bashing, didn't we?
Yeah.
Yes.
I didn't do one.
So yeah, that heals. Because
Woohoo!
Yeah.
Just cause we're amazing.
Because we're silent.
because you're science.
Breakfast.
Breakfast happens. Yeah, breakfast can happen. Pancakes. covered
Filling
in-
lips.
Yeah, sure.
covered
Let's
in-
do that.
Bacon.
Yes. Pancakes with bacon.
Bacon with bacon.
And next day, mission. We haven't got a mission yet. Is Kanuna around? Is Chichita around? Has anyone told us what we're doing yet? Do we know what we're doing yet? Does anyone know what we're doing yet?
It's 9
Did
o'clock.
you sleep okay?
I did,
sleep
Miss Tang,
okay?
thank
Is
you for
everyone
asking.
up yet?
Oh yeah.
Is it not 9 o'clock yet?
You will notice that
Oh.
Edward is keeping pace with you in healing.
Oh, good.
You are aware that you heal faster than most people.
Than the average bear.
Yep.
I'll slide that into my memory banks.
I think the bears
you
are here
can
for
do
him.
what he. You can do with that as you will, but it's something that you will notice.
And on that note, I'm going to say how I was tending to my wounds last night and using my surgeon type skills.
Because you're a field medic.
Because I was a trained field medic. Well, actually, I got.
Punch him in the face, see if he heals.
I trained as a nurse for a few years.
Really? In a medical establishment.
Well, it was a hospital in Mexico, so I wouldn't say it was a medical establishment. It was good.
Still, good experience.
I had fun.
I imagine you get to see lots of unusual injuries.
Only stabbings, gunshots.
I've stabbings and gunshots are my area of expertise as well.
How's your breakfast?
Apologies, everybody.
It kind of works, I see, but just slightly.
Without being racist.
Given that her experience in Mexico is drug cartels and
Yeah,
Pretty nasty.
her experience in Mexico is the places run by drug dealers.
Tragic backstory.
Okay, so
That was after your tragic backstory. that was you
That was
fell
the good
into.
bit.
I was happy for a while.
That was the happy bit, yeah. Anyway. Yeah, yes, so, yes, breakfast happens. Kanuna isn't anywhere to be seen.
I'm going to get an orange juice, and I'm going to get 2, and I'm going to put 1 in front of Herman.
Thank you.
Have we
Much
noticed
appreciated.
that
on the hard stuff already, mate.
Some of them aren't around at different times.
Yeah.
They're not,
We've only been here for like 2 days.
you've been here for 2 days, they're not always all there. It's just that particularly Roger may be paying attention to whether Kanuna is around, and he's not.
Do we have Denton's phone number? We can phone him, see if
You're
he got a good
obsessed
night's
with this
sleep too.
Denton guy, aren't you?
Well, we were
No.
supposed to rescue him, right?
And we rescued him.
We rescued him
That's
and
that.
Ricky took him home?
Just move on.
Well, maybe he knows stuff about what we'll have to do today.
And if that's the case, we'll go find him and ask him a question.
No, I don't have his phone number.
But we know where he lives, so we could go pay him a visit.
If there's time.
Well, we haven't been given the challenge yet. And
Well,
then-
let's see what the challenge is first, Miss Tang, and then we'll...
Kind of hoping it's a quiz.
What's your favourite general
What, like
knowledge?
a pub quiz?
Yeah, something nice and relaxing like a quiz.
What's your specialist subject?
Horticulture
Really?
or archaeology or where to stab a man to cause the most pain.
I can believe
That's
that.
a very mixed skill set you got there, mate.
I had a mixed upbringing.
Apparently so.
But yeah, a nice easy quiz.
On horticulture and stabbing.
Easy. So a quiz on that was very nearly racist. I dropped character completely because I was very nearly racist. So I will now get back into character and say yes.
Okay. So Chitrita is around and will tell you that the
Challenge isn't ready yet.
basically the challenge Mr. Vostok will be ready to give you your challenge at midday.
Okay, so we've got at least 3 hours to do stuff.
Okay.
2.5.
Prepare for the quiz.
Maybe 2. Gives us time to go wherever we're going. come
Chitrita
back
will
from
look at
wherever
you
we're
and
going.
ask, "Quiz?"
I just really would like a quiz.
Okay, but
Is
if
there
it's
a
about...
blockbuster in town?
What would you like to do, Miss Tang?
I don't know. Go exploring? Somewhere?
I will assist
I
you.
want to go rent a video.
Yeah! Okay.
Is there a blockbuster?
I'm down
Would
for
you
a
like films?
blockbuster.
Yeah.
Blockbuster. Herman, blockbuster.
Field trip!
It's
Who's
usually
driving? I'll drive.
Usually a foreign film section.
Are they all foreign films?
I don't know. Depends what film you see.
Suppose it's from your perspectives, I guess.
Well,
Nice.
you guys are all foreign, so...
Wait, what? Yes and no.
I mean, technically speaking, she is correct. Australian. Norwegian.
Finnish.
Finnish. He was from the Scandinavian bloc area.
Mate, I knew that.
They're
He's a
all
lot
the
nearer
same.
you than me.
I actually quite like geography.
Technically British, but Mexican as well.
Yeah.
British. So yes, we are technically all foreign.
To her.
Well, I said it, so I don't count.
Anyway, so we're going to rent a film.
Yes, let's do something.
Yeah,
So we walk. It's a nice day.
walk. How
It'll
long would it take to walk down?
ages.
It would probably take most of the time you have available to
Oh,
walk there and back.
I'll just ask you,
understand
is it alright to borrow a vehicle?
there's a bike we can use in the park.
We should totally take that back.
So all get on the bike.
That might not
We'll
work.
form like a pyramid.
Also,
It might take our teamwork to a new level if we can manage that.
also, if we were to be spotted, I'm not sure it would end well.
Okay,
I'm
what we
assuming we
should
can
do
borrow a
then,
vehicle.
is when we finish the challenge today,
I'm just going to walk out.
take it back tonight.
Yeah, I'm
when
going to follow
no
Ricky
one's
out.
What time exactly do bikers stop drinking?
I think if we go there for
They
6:30, 7
I'll
o'clock
say
in the
as I'm
morning,
walking
there'll
out.
be no one there.
I'm
Okay.
leaving.
Because that's late enough for
It's
them
just
to
these two
still
in
be
the room
there,
now because we've all
and early enough for them to not be there yet.
Okay, when you get down to the garage,
Yeah.
the the bike that was left at the bar appears to be there in the space that there was the biker's bike.
Oh.
Interesting.
Miss Tang! I shout upstairs.
I
The
guess
bikes have been put back.
What?
I'm not shouting again. Come downstairs.
What?
I'm just going to start the engine of the car and see if that gets their attention.
Coming!
Shotgun.
Really?
I called shotgun.
You always call shotgun.
I'm in the car.
I get in the back.
Oh, Dib's in the back seat. Fine. In the back.
Oh,
Hi!
Miss Tang! As always, a pleasure to sit next to you. On these lovely
Is
carpets.
anyone planning on getting in the driving seat?
yeah, I'm
Vicky's
in.
already in the
Oh,
I
driving
thought he
seat
already had.
I'll also jump in the back.
because he started the car. I was assuming he started
Start
the
car, get out in the other.
Started it for you.
So, we're going to go rent a film. What else are we going to do?
Well, I
There's a
think
coffee
the film
shop.
will
We can
probably
get a
take
snack.
most of the time.
No, it won't. I mean, it's quite a short drive to the town, isn't it?
Yeah, it's only like 20 minutes tops.
Anyway, yeah, I'm just going to start driving towards town.
I mean, we did it yesterday.
What type of films does everyone like?
Action films.
Yes.
I also like action films.
Documentaries.
About what?
Anything that I don't know about yet.
No. Like what?
I could
Badges?
quite happily watch an action film.
Okay. What if it was an action film, a documentary about action films? What if it was actually an action film that was basically like a documentary on the genre because it was such a classic?
With lots of explosions.
That would be interesting.
Might I suggest Die Hard? Very good film.
That's a great film.
We'll
I'm not
see.
sure it's the right time of year. It's a bit of a Christmas flick, but
Yeah,
it's
it's
a great
definitely,
film.
it's definitely a Christmas film. It's definitely a Christmas film.
No, it isn't.
I think Aliens.
Also a good film.
Do you think there's
Now,
any
are
around
we
here?
saying Alien or Aliens?
Aliens. It's got more guns.
Yeah, it's definitely got more guns. I prefer it to the first one, personally.
I do as well.
I don't think I've seen that.
Well, there we go.
Aliens it is.
Great movie.
What's it about?
It's about aliens.
Duh!
You'll see.
If only they'd make a prequel, I bet that would be awesome.
To explain the aliens. Oh, God.
So, we're
Having
going
not
to town.
actually
We're
watched
going to
most
the
of
video
those,
store.
I don't really know what the plot is in most of them.
just
I've watched Alien.
Right, yeah, so
Drive down into town.
drive into town.
sitting in the background.
Yeah, okay, you drive into town. The town is still there. Congratulations.
Yay!
What are you doing?
To
On the
Blockbuster.
way into town,
Do we go past the biker
yeah,
park?
can I drive past Denton's?
Yes!
Yes, you can.
I'm basically, I want to see if there's like police tape.
See if it's on flyer.
Is he
See
dead?
if his windows are intact.
There is not police tape. Please make a perception roll to see if you want to spot any other details. If you want to point out, to
I
other
will.
people,
I will point out that
that-
this is
that
where
this is-
I dropped him.
Are we all
Hey,
getting
do you think he likes
we all
Die
get to roll
Hard?
then?
Yes, you all get to roll.
Perception
we
and
could
awareness.
ask him if he likes Die Hard.
Perception awareness roll.
Who doesn't like Die Hard? Great movie.
Woohoo! I got nothing. Oh no, I got one success.
I got 4 successes.
What are
5.
we looking for? 7 plus.
I got
Your
4.
dice are ridiculous. On how many dice did you just get 5 successes?
No successes.
Yeah.
I've got an epic. I got 4 on the 4 dice.
4 on 4 dice, yeah.
And then
I got 4. I got 4 on 6 dice.
I rolled a 10, an 8, a 7, a 4, and I have an epic.
Okay. So,
It's a house.
it's a house.
Oh, a nice house.
It's a reasonably nice house.
Yes.
Doesn't look like anyone's home.
Maybe he was out.
There's no car in the driveway. You're pretty sure there was a car when you came last time. Maybe he's gone to Blockbuster. Yes.
Maybe he's cheesed it.
Maybe he's cheesed it. The 5 is probably enough to notice the front door is slightly ajar.
Dun dun dun.
Oh, I think he's left his door open.
Well, we should be good
Well,
citizens.
this neighbourhood doesn't look too bad.
We should be good citizens.
Isn't this quite a rough neighbourhood from memory?
Where he dropped the stuff.
Oh,
Was
okay.
This isn't.
All right. Well, yeah, I'll pull into his drive. Yeah,
Depends what you're used to.
we should be a good citizens
also
and
true.
go to sort that out.
Okay.
Walk up to the door and knock on it. Thank you. Do we see anything?
Nope.
Door.
Poke the door open.
It opens.
Step inside. Hello? Anyone home?
And I'm like, Ricky, wait a minute.
There is silence.
Have we got a camera? Are we on camera? We're not on yet, are we?
No, we haven't been
We're
informed.
Well, probably.
I mean, there's probably one in the car, but...
There's most definitely one in the car.
I mean, does this count as breaking and entering if the door's open and we're concerned for the occupant?
It misses out the breaking part.
I don't know. You tell me.
Yeah, it's your country.
It's fine. Just don't break anything.
Wasn't planning on it.
Yeah.
Denton! Denton! Denton!
Jesus Christ! I stuck my toe on the door.
See? Accidents!
And as I said, educated, look where I'm going.
Please don't break anything. The entering's probably okay as long as you don't break anything.
As we enter in, are there any signs of like struggles?
Just push it past like
Like a cat.
broken things? I mean,
Yeah, I was going to say, I'm already...
is the door, does it look like it was broken?
No.
So we do investigations to look around.
Do you want to do perception investigation to look
Yes,
around?
I do.
What
None of
could
you
go
have.
wrong?
None of you have instant investigator, do you?
New.
I don't!
No, because you don't.
Oh, another success.
Another complete failure.
Ooh, 5!
3 successes.
Job.
You got more successes than Roger.
Yes!
Someone got more successes on a roll than Roger. Okay.
Good job, Dan.
Yeah!
That was a 1. No, it's okay.
It's a 7.
Right. Okay. So you got 3. Okay. Some of the rooms look a bit turned up, but turned over. But it's
As if someone was looking for something.
as if someone was looking for something, or possibly as if someone was leaving in a hurry.
Okay.
You're not entirely sure which. You're not seeing any signs. It's like the door doesn't look forced or anything.
Are there any keys by the door? Like on a shelf or on a hook or anything near the
Hey,
door?
wait to see what I get for 5. I want something special.
Okay.
I beat Roger.
Yeah, you did. It basically, it looks to you like he left in a hurry. Would be the conclusion you take out of it. He, there's not, it basically looks like he left in a hurry and didn't bother locking the door on the way out. There are things that are turned over, and mostly there doesn't appear to be anything particularly valuable left behind. But along with the stuff that's taken, it's not just the valuables that were taken. There are clearly some clothes missing and this kind of thing. So it looks.
So in other words, it looks as though
Yeah.
a guy has left in a hurry.
he's thrown together a bag and legged it. Would be your.
And obviously,
conclusion.
though what those two don't know, I'm going to be sitting in my mind thinking that probably fits with what Ricky's told us. And I'm going to just read as a group that I think he's left in a hurry.
Yeah, looks like it. Let's leave. Shut the place up.
Might I suggest that you don't put your hands on the door handle?
Oh, no, it's fine. That's what these are for. Look.
What we could
Sorted.
do is go through this guy's videos, and then we don't have to go to Blockbuster.
Again, I
That's theft, mate.
would again suggest that we try not to leave any trace that we were here and vacate the property.
I'll have a quick look. Does he have aliens on video?
Make legend.
Roll legend.
No. One success.
He's only got the first one.
Why not?
Cool.
What exactly happened last night?
I'll fill you in later.
Awkward silence. We all walk out.
Okay. Shut the door. Polish the door handle.
Cool.
So, video store.
Yeah, get back in the car. Well, we'll have to try again later. He's obviously not in, and drive off towards. Actually, I don't know where the high street is, so I'm just going to come.
Sorry.
But we do. So yeah, we point you.
All right.
Huzzah!
Actually, no. I looked at a map,
It's
didn't
2
I?
streets
You
down
have
from
a
the
map,
gym.
but the map doesn't have blockbuster marks on it.
Yeah, but it'll tell me where the high street is, won't it?
2 streets down from the gym.
Unless it's not labelled High Street.
Oh no, of course it won't be. It's America and it's silly. Okay.
St. Boulevard's Boulevard.
2 streets down from the gym.
We shop there.
Which gym?
Well,
It's on the
telling
next
me
block.
that it's 2 streets down from a gym is not that useful when I don't know where the gym is.
Just go forwards, it's fine. And then make a left.
Go through the
Plowing
house.
through schools.
Should we go get aliens?
Yeah, I'm kind of following their directions,
Yeah,
hoping
yeah,
they're
fine.
actually knowing where they're
You
going.
find somewhere to park. There is a high street. There is a blockbuster.
Excellent. Do they have an N64? You can hire consoles.
Can you hire
You
a console?
could,
Yeah,
yeah,
you
you
could.
could,
Yeah,
I
I'm
could
not
never
making that up.
remember hiring a console at Blockbusters.
Yeah.
Maybe I'm too old.
Do they have an N64 for hire?
Make a legend roll.
Why do you want to hire it? Why?
Because we're all going to go play Mario
No.
Kart.
No, they don't.
Bollocks. Can they get one? I want to play GoldenEye. That game's great.
Oh, the new one looks awesome.
Oh,
What is Golden?
has that even
Have you
come
not
out
seen the Bond film?
Oh, of course, I've
I
seen the
don't know.
Bond film, but you
The
also
Bond
They
film
made
came
it
out
into a
in
game and it's
1998.
amazing.
Oh, right.
yet? Has
I've not seen
GoldenEye even
these.
come out?
Yeah.
98 release, I think.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure I was playing that at school, so...
It's Colin
Bear with us while we do a quick fact check on whether GoldenEye was
Believe
released.
GoldenEye N64.
I believe the film was 97, the game came out late. in
Based
98.
on the 95 James Bond
Oh,
film,
that's right, it was late
Hey!
in 97.
and released in game that came out in 97.
Yeah. 2 years after the film. That's
And we have fact checked, and you know the GoldenEye was out back then.
There we go.
not available to rent in Blockbuster.
But it wasn't available in his Blockbuster to rent.
Probably
Because
because it
these
was so
important details need to be checked.
I will ask
No.
them to order it in for me.
Okay.
Maybe it's already out. Maybe someone else has got
Yeah, I
it.
found aliens.
Where? Oh, you mean the film?
Yeah.
Good job, Miss Crawley.
It was under A.
Good job, Miss Crawley.
It's literally the first one as we came in. So, has anyone got a Blockbuster card?
Ah, we can get a membership.
I got one.
Oh yeah, you're American. Here you go. Rent this film.
Okay. And some chips. And some chocolate. And some stuff.
You understand that I have all of that at the hotel, right?
Yeah, but this is now.
She is right. This is now.
Well, she is correct about that. I don't imagine the woman who was very unhappy with us yesterday about bringing the bike home would be very happy if we brought home a nice car full of chip crumbs.
Why not?
Well, don't drop them in the car then.
I thought you said you didn't make mistakes, mate. The chips go in your mouth.
Accidents, I said I didn't do.
Haha. Every mistake is purposeful.
Cool. Right, we get the stuff. We go back in the car. Is there anything else we want in town?
What else is on the high street? I mean, is it just like random?
Woolworths.
No.
It's probably not in America.
Oh yeah,
No.
that's true.
And the big shopping marts aren't on the high street either
No.
because they don't really do high streets so much as like restaurants and small shops, and then
Do
the big shops
industrial
are
estates.
over there somewhere in a yeah.
Yeah, they're never in the towns,
In a
are they?
park.
Or in the outskirts.
Or an industrial estate.
Cool. Yeah.
Grocery store.
There are a number of shops. There's an internet cafe,
Oh, amazing.
because that was the thing.
Right, tally ho, chaps. Back to the.
Probably a Starbucks.
Radio Shack.
Possibly.
Dunkin' Donuts were in New England, they're friggin' everywhere. There's got to be one.
Perception checks, everyone. Perception
Oh,
awareness.
I can roll perception. It's my 12th best stat.
3.
Failed.
Come on, first success of the night. No,
Mate, your dice hate you.
My dice hate him.
I
literally
have
all 2s and
3
3s.
3s and 3 2s.
Wow.
Yahtzee!
I had 3 6s, a 2 and a 5.
And I got 5!
Good job, Dan.
Yes! Winning twice. This is my night, people. Why can't there be a fight now?
You might be about to
I
find
roll a lot more dice in a
Be
fight.
careful what you wish for.
Well, I hope there's got to be a fight, because what I was telling you was that there's at least a couple of you will spot Kanuna walking out of the internet cafe.
Oh, it's
So I'm
Kanuna.
assuming you're not going to pick a fight with her.
Everyone
Rather than
points
try and mug her.
Kapla!
No, I'm just going to point really awkwardly and go,
I'm
oh,
gonna
look,
run
it's
over there and go, hey!
Happy slapping.
Hey, Kanuna, we just rented Aliens.
I enjoy it.
Have you seen it? I haven't seen it. Apparently it's really good. So I'm going to watch it. Do you
Old
want
enough
to
to
come?
see aliens.
I don't know if he is.
I believe he was over 18. He's not the legal drinking age yet.
Oh,
But,
right.
So yes, he's a bit kind of.
Hi!
People walking out of a video store holding a bag full of snacks and a video.
And I've just run up to him and kind
What
of
else would
surrounded
you
him.
come out of a video store holding?
Yeah, the what you came out of the visitor still holding isn't what's flummoxing him. It's the
The fact
fact
that
that
the
you've run up
pirate
and
message is
hi.
No, I'm not right on. I've literally just shouted across
Well,
the street.
Yeah, but I did.
And then the police officer came over and gave her a ticket for jaywalking.
It's fine.
Breaking the law, breaking the law.
Doesn't matter.
Do it all the time at home. Do it all the time at home. Do you know, if you have a skateboard, then they kind of don't as much because you can pretend that you were going down the street as well. Because they don't like it if you're on the sidewalk. But they don't like you on the road either. But
Is
if you're
this
on the
Miss
road,
Tang explaining
you can
jaywalking
argue.
to us? Is this you explaining jaywalking to us?
you know, it's Lisa.
This is a pretty weird law.
Anyway,
Anyway,
are you coming?
afternoon, Kanina. Would you
How
like
did
a
you
lift
get
back?
here? Do you need it? Yeah, do you need a ride? You have a bike.
sure.
Tell me you have a bike. You don't have a bike.
No.
It's fine, there's space. We bought the, big thing SUV.
Shotgun.
Okay.
God damn it!
Do you like chips or chocolate? I've got M&M's.
Oh, did you get any milk duds? I tried those at the airport. They're amazing.
I don't think they had any, but we can ask.
There's a grocery shop.
Yeah.
It's awesome. Give us a minute. I walk into the grocery shop to buy milk duds.
I'm already in the car.
Yeah.
I've not opened it.
Shotgun.
The car's locked.
She knows how to get
Dex and larceny.
I could try, couldn't I?
Are you going to break into the car?
In
Oh,
broad
God.
daylight.
I have 2 in last night.
Are you going to try and break into the car or wait for Ricky to come back and unlock it?
I'll wait for it.
You don't take shotgun seriously enough.
Oh, we'll get in the front seat.
I think she'd be more upset by broken glass than crisp crumbs.
I come back out of the
I
store
love
with
the
like
fact that he's running around the streets of America shouting shotgun. That's going to get some really weird looks.
No, it's not. It's
Nah.
American.
yeah, no, I won't.
Standard
Come back
shoot.
out carrying like a
I'll shout
packets of milk
Yeah.
duds.
I'll shout shotgun. I go
Oh,
down the queue and go, shotgun!
I'll have a bag, like a grocery bag with milk duds poking out.
Okay, well we need to go soon, otherwise we're not going to have time to watch the whole film before we get
Yeah,
the
we'll
thing
be
at like
fine.
12
Don't
o'clock.
you worry too much.
I'm not
Same
worried.
stepping into the, opening the car and stepping in.
I'm just
And-
saying, how long's the film?
Handing Maria a bag full of chocolate because she's in the passenger seat.
I'm just holding it.
Yes, a grocery bag full of bags of chocolate.
I'll take one out and just throw it behind to Lisa. Try those.
I have had those before.
All right, give them to the Poms. I'll just start driving.
I'm not Tom.
What did they make their chocolate all about here? It's horrible.
American chocolate? What the hell is with American chocolate?
Milk duds are
Make
alright.
it with milk, goddammit!
M&M's are
Milk
better.
duds are actually quite
They-
good because they actually have a relatively low proportion of chocolate to toffee.
They do make it with milk, but I actually do know some of the answer to that, which is to do with America being really big and therefore the milk often being somewhat stale, and therefore that became what milk's supposed to taste like.
Ugh. I always thought it was because they made it with oil, like from the war. And just didn't move on.
Possibly.
Also, they put oil in their chocolate.
No, wait, during the war.
To be honest,
everyone
I
thinks
assumed
so,
that
right?
Hershey's was
Yeah.
made using cardboard.
During the war, they changed.
'Cause it is
Everyone changed
horrible.
over to oil, making chocolate with oil because they didn't have the milk because it was rationed. But obviously, after the war, Britain went back to making it with milk, but the Americans didn't.
Yeah, the Americans didn't really have rationing.
No, but they still made it out of oil because they're weird.
I swear it's like wood chippings or something.
Apologies now, Yanks, if you're watching, but your chocolate sucks. Just plain and simple.
And yeah, just drive back to the while everyone's having a conversation.
Now we've
playing
saved
kind of
the
poor old
time.
Lisa saying why their chocolate's rubbish.
Yeah.
Well, have you got any of your chocolate?
I don't think they do Cadbury's here.
Well, I do not. Unless we can find a British store somewhere.
Yeah, it's kind of before Cadbury's is readily available in America.
Why would we have a British store?
Mm.
Do you have American stores?
Probably not in the 90s. Maybe in London.
So, how long's the film? Have we got enough time to watch the film? Can we watch the film now?
1 hour and 80 minutes.
1 hour and 80 minutes.
And you actually see Edward stop for a second and go,
That's 2 hours 20.
I don't obey your laws. Don't know.
oh,
Okay, well, we're going to have to skip the first bit because if it takes us about 20 minutes to get into town and about 20 minutes
I
to
hope
get
it's
back.
rewound.
Oh, yeah, that'd be annoying.
It's really annoying when people
Well, they
don't
always-
rewind the videos before
No, they
returning
always, they always do that before you borrow them again.
them.
Some poor bastard has to sit there and rewind them all, but
I like the trailers before the film.
I mean, what?
It's quite an old movie, mate. The trailers are all going to be old.
Yeah, but then we get to see trailers for Die Hard and stuff.
Love that movie.
It's a great movie. It's probably the best Christmas movie.
Okay, so what if the next mission
They're
is
probably about it.
climbing through air vents and terrorists and stuff?
I'm in.
I'm still holding out for a quiz.
Well, normally I wouldn't say this. Go find me my white tank vest.
Yippee-ki-yay.
Yippee-ki-yay indeed. Ah, I love that film.
I was wondering what you needed a white tank for, but you went up. Yeah, okay.
Best mission.
So Canute's basically sitting there, kind of looking very awkward.
That's going to
What
happen.
films do you like?
I guess. Films.
Sports films, action films.
Do you like Die Hard?
I guess.
Or documentaries. Hammond likes documentaries.
And an awkward silence in the car.
Do you like milk duds? I don't. I think they're a bit weird.
I don't either.
Chips?
He's probably just like, why did I get a lift?
Maybe a little bit. Yeah, he'll tentatively.
Well,
take
plus,
it.
we don't know what he was doing in the internet cafe, so he could have seen something really disturbing and be shattered from it. And
I don't
we're
know.
just
I'm not sure how many pictures he could have
Disturbing things on the
downloaded.
internet.
Well, no, because he had an SD card and he's using a computer that's not at the site, so it's probably not a thing.
Also, internet's really slow.
But you don't have to just use the internet cafe to do the internet. You can use the computers that are not the on-site
A
computers.
word
if you
with that
wanted
little
to do something.
paperclip.
For example, oh my god!
Do you need help?
It looks like you're writing a letter.
Looks like you're trying to hack into the system.
No.
We get back to base.
You do get back space.
And we go and watch
We
it.
gate crash the lounge.
With
We turn all the lights down.
big pile of snacks.
And you watch Alien.
Yeah.
And we all bond as a team.
While watching
I feel
Aliens.
we're bonding already.
Okay,
We
but
can
seriously,
bond
who's
later on
sitting
the
next to
N64.
Lisa?
Once
Not
that comes
me.
in. Oh, love it.
It will be you again. You are designated to sit next to Lisa.
No, they're going to split up. They shouldn't split up. Oh, they're splitting up. No, don't go there. Oh.
Watch out for the thing
He's
that's crawling
gonna-
around.
he's gonna-
Watch out for the
he's
thing that's
gonna-
crawling around. Oh my god, it got him.
Are you okay?
Shoot it in the face!
Great film.
That is a great film.
If I was in this film, I'd side with the aliens.
Everyone.
Yeah, that's probably unanimous. The rest of them just look at him. Does Kanuna watch the film with us?
He'll watch the film with you, still kind of sitting slightly to one side and looking really awkward and a bit
I keep randomly trying to pass him stuff.
nervous.
And I keep hiding behind Lisa because Edward's actually scared of aliens.
Fair enough.
Watch out for the vents! Watch out for the vents!
Have you seen this before?
Yes.
Okay.
It's like this big British soldier guy being like, oh my god.
Okay.
So what is it? Is it like the teeth? Or the like small spaces?
It's the little crawly things.
Big, sharp, pointy teeth.
Oh, they're like...
He got giant teeth and he jumped about this far. Oh, different film, sorry, apologies.
Face huggers.
Face huggers.
These guys.
Yeah, I don't like them.
ST makes notes. So I need some face huggers.
I'm out.
Nope. I'm done.
Congratulations, that's your vampire panda.
Anyway.
You get a vampire panda, he gets alien face huggers.
I think I'll take a vampire panda, thanks. Just don't like the idea of it laying an egg in my chest.
So yeah, I'll protect you.
Thank you, Miss Tang.
Yep. It's fine, because like, it's like hands and a mouth, right? So why don't you just punch it in the mouth and then it can't like get you?
Boop it right on the nose.
Or like stab it with something. You
Like
stab it in half.
Like a
it'll be
shark.
So it's got acid for
Acid
blood.
blood. Did you not watch the film?
Well, we're
Acid
still
blood.
watching the film. Okay, well, move out of the way. You said you don't have accidents. That would be an accident, right?
And Edward goes off into the distance to ponder the philosophical thing you just put to him.
Get away from her, you bitch.
I love that bit.
I love that bit.
It's very good. Anywho, yes, we watch
We watched a
And we
just
take
described
notes.
Alien to everybody.
And we take notes. Some of us.
Comment below if you'd like a live stream of us putting in our characters.
Oh, if we did that, I'd actually get a top hat.
Even if it's not actually wear a top hat.
Like
I'd
I
have
would
to
go
pretend
into a
I hadn't seen
theatre.
it before.
I'd get
I
some
think
real
I could
orange
manage
juice.
that.
We get real balls.
Serious.
Okay, there we
I
go.
would be up for that, you know.
Make it happen by commenting below.
Well, Pete, you wanted additional content.
Yeah, for all of you guys who've got Patreon, we'll do that just for you.
I'd be up for that.
Oh,
I'd be up for that.
controversial.
I could wear black lipstick.
And shave.
No, I'd keep the beard.
Like the beard. Gives it something to hang on to. Whoa!
Bark. Anyway.
So, putting the viewers out of their
And nobody watches Vostok charts anymore.
It's 11:45 and the film is finished and stuff is happening.
Timing.
Sorry, Carter.
Right. So yes, you again, you are led into the same briefing room. Ms. Spears is there, but she's stood over to one side. And the projection screen is on because we established that.
Yep.
Flat screen. No. I forgot flat screens.
No, not for a while.
Flat screens, no. So it's a projector.
The original flat screen.
The original flat screen, yes.
It's called a wall.
And you can see not a lot because Mr. Vostok likes his privacy and shadows and things.
He's like the guy from Inspector Gadget.
The claw.
Yeah, a little bit.
You next time, Scion.
Yeah, something like that.
Stroking a cat.
I really hope we can see a fluffy
Giovanni.
white cat.
You do not see a fluffy white cat.
Oh.
And we're back to Bond.
No, it's Inspector Gadget.
Anyway,
It wasn't
yes.
white.
what colour it was.
It's
Great.
like
Come on, it's
blue
been
and
like
striped.
25 years at least since I've seen that. Give me a break.
It's blue and stripy.
Anywho, he doesn't have
there's not an
he doesn't have a cat.
Maybe he doesn't. It's Miss Spears.
What, Mr.
Shapeshifter.
Cat?
She's a shapeshifter.
That's Scion.
It is.
She could be a ghost ninja.
She could
Could just be a shapeshifter and like
Shape-shifting.
shapeshifts into a cat.
It's
I feel like we've got really caught up on the cat thing right now.
given the game we're playing, it is not entirely impossible. However, she shows no signs of turning into a cat, and nor is she at the other end of the video call being stroked. So
Entirely different video.
entirely
We didn't rent that one from Blockbuster.
Anyway,
It
there's
was almost
a very
rather
dark screen.
There is a rather dark screen
And
with
a
a shadow
sulky
with a
looking-
shadowy figure,
sulky looking Miss Spears.
and sulky isn't the right word.
She just has bitchy resting face. It's okay.
Yeah, resting bitch face,
stern.
yeah.
Pointed.
She does have resting bitch face. Well, she's that, or she's just
A
perpetually, perpetually pissed off with you guys. It's hard to tell which.
Combination of all of the above, probably.
I wave.
Good. So, all here. I'm having so much fun keeping a straight face. It's ridiculous.
We're sorry that you're having fun, Colin.
Yeah.
You're not helping.
Ladies, gentlemen, I have a problem.
Is it us?
No, none of them.
Not yet.
Oh, good. Can we help?
I hope so. There is a man, Michael Alessandro. He is a rather influential and wealthy man, and he is involved in dealings that I would like to understand. The task I need you to perform is to deliver a bugged device into his house without him knowing that it is there.
Evans.
Such that I may listen in and find out what he is up to.
You mean like the ones here? Because, like, that tech's really cool. I don't know how it works. He might.
You'll be provided with a device that is in form of a statue. Mr. Alessandro has a fondness for such statues, where he has several of a identical design.
The old switcheroo.
The old switcheroo.
The suggestion would be to swap, indeed, to replace one of his statues with the bugged device.
Oh, this is great.
Would you want to buy another one?
What?
Well, if we announce it as an auction and he buys the thing, then he'll take it into his own house. We don't even need to go in.
Yes. And
Or,
no.
or if he's got a maid and they broke one, and then he'd need a spare.
Or we could just take one and put this one in its place.
I was just saying, if he'd buy
Is
it
he
and take
going
it
out?
into his own
You
house,
have 3
Where's
days
his
to
house?
complete this.
last minute auction, roll up, roll up.
The details of how you achieve it are up to you, but be aware that his house does have fairly extensive security. He is He lives in New York. We shall arrange transport for you up there. I suggest
In the city or in the state?
in the city. I suggest you start to make plans on your way. The device will be in the aircraft, as will documentation on what we know of him.
Cool.
3 days. Starting from now?
Indeed.
To the
Does that mean we get till like lunchtime or till midnight?
It means until you get until midday in 3 days' time.
Okay.
Well, let's go. Thank you very much.
And this is a paid one, right?
Oh yeah, payment.
This is one of the real challenges, yes. Should you
Right.
succeed, you will be recompensed for your time. Should you fail, you will not.
Let's go.
Jokes away, I've been.
Pack my bags.
We should go.
Why did you just say that?
Because it's not as fun to say.
So I'll go and pack a bag.
Do you have a dossier like the last
It's
time?
on the plane.
Yeah,
It's on the
On the
plane.
plane. Okay.
It's in the airport plane. Airport plane.
But if you're that worried, you can read it first.
Thank you.
Okay.
So we all pack bags?
Are
Yes.
we dismissed? Cool.
It's gone. Probably by the
Bye.
time you've looked back up to ask if you're dismissed, it's gone.
And Mr. Beers is still there, isn't she?
Miss Beers. Yes.
Cheer up. I'll say as I leave.
Jeez, we're all very bitter towards this woman, aren't we?
Yeah, I just reminded her she needed manners last time.
Trying to help her.
Maybe she's got a crippling self-confidence issue and we're really not helping.
Judging by the
I thought I was actually quite civil.
No, I go pack a bag.
Yeah, I'm packing my
I'm
bag.
off to pack a bag, including my laptop.
I haven't unpacked my bag, so that's
I
fine.
didn't have a laptop.
Okay.
It's a brick in those days.
You grab your stuff
Briefcase.
and
Make our way to the airport.
make your way. Yeah.
I'd suggest that Edward just suggests that we all chat when we get on the plane. Goes
Right.
to sleep in the car.
Wait. Shotgun! Ha!
I had already called shotgun and was in the car.
No, you weren't.
Yeah, you
Are
missed
we
that.
driving ourselves or?
Chitrita will take you down there.
Yeah. Oh, she doesn't really like me.
Hmm?
It's fine.
Everyone likes you, Miss Tang. Don't worry about that.
Oh, what?
I think it's fast
What
asleep.
does he mean?
It's not a long trip to the airport.
No.
Edward just likes to sleep. Likes to keep himself recuperated.
Edward's phone buzzes.
Ha!
Is it?
Hold on.
Quite possible.
Hello!
Edward has a
I'm in a car!
Edward has a phone.
What?
I'm assuming Edward.
Yeah, Edward did have a phone.
I don't.
Does it say who's calling me?
It's not a call, it's a text.
Oh. I open the text. What does it say?
Gotham needs you.
Edward looks at the text and goes,
It says you're more likely to die getting to the airport than on the plane.
Do you want a new ringtone text? Blah blah blah. For only
$88210.
$4.99.
There's a text from Maria going, hey, what's up? And then I get 2 seconds later, it's a text going, sorry, not for you.
It's the text from one of your sisters.
Oh.
It's the text from Elizabeth saying.
We saw you on TV last night. Wait, what?
No,
Yeah,
saying.
mate.
Have you heard from Victoria?
not yet.
She was supposed to call home when she landed and haven't heard. Victoria, you will be aware, vaguely aware, she was having some kind of weekend away in New York.
Plot twist.
Da, da, da.
I'm not going to tell anybody. I'm going to just put my phone back in my pocket.
You hadn't paid that much attention because you were going to be like several countries away from,
Yeah.
not literally, but as far as
You're not even going to reply
our
to your
scale is
sister.
concerned,
Not in front of you, lot.
as far as our scale of geography is concerned, you're several countries away. So you know.
I mean, some of their states are bigger than our country, so yeah.
Yeah.
Most of them.
No, not most.
Name 2.
I mean, there's a lake in Canada that's bigger than our damn country.
Actually, a good number.
Yeah, I was going to say, there's a good number of them there. Like I said, there's a lake that can fit UK in it, in Canada.
But Canada's one of the biggest countries in the world.
It is indeed.
I think it's the second biggest, behind Russia.
Russia's deceptively not as big as it seems, though, is it? Because of the way the Earth curves.
It's all lies.
Anyway,
It's not even square.
So I've just got a text from my sister asking if she's arrived yet.
Asking if you've heard from Victoria because she hasn't.
Okay, thank you. And I'm vaguely aware she was on her way to New York.
Vaguely where she was on her way to New York. And no, you haven't had any contact with her.
No.
Okay. Well, you get to the airport.
woohoo!
You get.
I go on first.
Russia is the biggest country in the world. Followed
One
by
second,
Canada.
guys. How long was our rental on the N64?
We haven't got it yet.
Have we not?
No, we had to
Oh,
order it.
Blockbuster,
Ah.
yeah.
And yeah, the video.
It's a
then.
week normally.
But by the time we get
Oh,
back,
okay.
hopefully they'll have it.
It's a week.
Okay.
It's a week, isn't it, Blockbuster?
Edward seems distracted.
We
and
could
is not
ask
involved in
Kuna to
some of
take
these
it back for
conversations.
us.
Fair enough.
We haven't even got it yet, so it's
No,
not a
the
problem.
video!
Edward's loaded his bag and was already going onto the airplane as well.
Oh yeah, we'll
Yeah.
tell
Chit-chat.
Thingy to take the video back.
Take all my knives and stuff
Can it-
too, because this is
Not
Oh,
Kanuna,
pretty
but whoever's
9/11.
driving us.
all my water
Treater.
bottles.
That's
Treat
Treater.
was going to be coming with you.
Oh, okay. Can you tell someone back there to take aliens back to Blockbuster?
I want to take aliens to Blockbuster.
Remind them to rewind it first.
Good manners. Good thinking, Herman.
You should rent Predators now.
Be kind, rewind.
Predators?
Predator 1 or Predator 2?
Predator, sorry, yeah.
Yeah, I was going to say Predators is now.
Get to the chopper. I
Exactly.
love that bit. If it bleeds, it can die.
If it bleeds, we can kill it.
Please don't, he'll sing.
Alright.
Marion never sings.
I sing sometimes.
So yes, you get the yes. She'll get a message back to someone to sort that out. It's a small private plane.
Ooh, nice.
I go find a seat on my own.
Nice.
Peanut!
Sure, why not? Yes, you can find a seat on your own.
Yeah.
There.
So
So
we all sit down next to him.
And not even caring if it looks awkward, get up and get a move on.
No, I'll just sit where there's people who are obviously not looking to be
so
antisocial.
there is
Window!
a table. On the table is stuff.
Oh, I'm sitting there.
There is
Somewhere near a window.
there are some documents. Not as much. Actually, nowhere near as many. The documents are much more sparse than last time, or at least there's less. It doesn't have as many people involved, so there isn't like a thing for every person.
I'm okay with flying.
Flying is not my finest thing to be doing.
I remember you said you didn't really like
And
heights.
there is a somewhat stylized cat statue. It appears to be
Playing a piano.
no.
Is it one of those?
It's more. It's sort of Egyptian
You mean a good
style.
luck cat?
Egyptian.
Yeah.
It's more like Egyptian style.
Bust out.
Ah, cool.
Sort of stylized Egyptian style cat, made of, by the look of it,
Something
fairly. It's dark granite. It looks like something, basic granite, quite large crystals, and
Cool.
pretty nice. Pretty damn heavy if you pick it up, because it's stone.
Made of rocks.
It is made of rocks.
Cool. Yeah, I'm just going to start reading the dossier.
Okay,
I'll join you in that.
so Michael Alessandro, very rich man, made all his money through mining
Rocks.
rocks. He likes his rocks.
Cat-shaped rocks.
Best kind of rocks.
Mining cat-shaped rocks, not quite so much. But yeah. He's mining.
That would be an interesting business model.
A joke there.
Ever.
He is also noted as a substantial donor to various charities and something of a philanthropist.
But any particular charities?
Particularly focusing on... Actually, a lot of it's focusing on sort of environmental stuff.
Is there a named charity that he often supports? Don't worry, you don't have to tell me the name, just yes is fine.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Memorised.
Yeah. It's a number of different ones, but there's a few sort of
The
environmental...
charity auction.
There's a few environmental charities, which seem to be sort of a good chunk of it, and then several others. He has no partner, never married. Has an adopted daughter, Matilda, who is late 20s. He's somewhere in his 50s. His apartment, his house, his place, the place you're supposed to be, sort of serves as a residence office. All that. It's a fucking expensive place because it's in New York City and it's a substantial building.
Yeah, it's going to be pricey.
That's
And more importantly, well secured.
and also pretty well secured.
Does it say much about the type of security?
It will note security guards, cameras.
Lots of electronic stuff.
Reasonable amount of electronic stuff, but also people.
Okay.
And
Well, my plan's off the book. I was going to suggest we burn the house down and put a statue in the rubble, because there would be only one surviving, and then he'd take it home.
He wouldn't be able to take it home. He wouldn't have a
Well,
home.
he'd take it to his
Oh,
next capital.
Edward's sitting in the back of the plane and not even paying attention to what everyone else is doing right now, so I'm not even going to pay attention to that.
okay,
But I was going to suggest that, but if it's an office in a high rise, then
it's not an office in a high rise.
It's the whole damn thing.
It's the whole damn building.
Also, just
Just saying this, just putting this out there.
Not gonna-
Evans.
yes. Also, just throwing this out
Are
there,
you suggesting we die like
arson's
this?
still illegal.
Yeah, can we not just default to setting fire to everything?
But
We
that's
still
my default stance.
we still have to, kind of obey most of the laws. We can do stuff for the show, but we can't kill people or burn
We
down.
don't have to kill people.
As I
I'm sure
understand,
of
they
that.
can't escalate, but if
Anyway,
you start
we
setting
can't
fire
do
to
it.
things, then they can
We
start
can't do
setting fire
it, so
to
it's
it.
off the table, isn't it? We're just going to have to die
I don't
hard
want
it.
to be set on fire. Just putting that out there.
Edward's at the back on his phone.
We're just going to have to die hard it then.
What are you doing?
I'm sending a message to Elizabeth to ask her for Vicky's itinerary.
Yeah.
And then I'm sending a message to Vicky as well, asking her where on
She's
God
got a
Green
very
Earth.
special set of skills.
where on God Green Earth is she? It's basically what it says. Where on God's green earth are you? And that's all it says.
Okay.
And obviously I've asked for Elizabeth to give me her itinerary while she was in New York.
Okay. You're before. I mean, you can come to interact with other people if you want, but before the plane
Edward!
gets there, you'll get a message back saying that she was due in
Edward!
like 8 o'clock in the morning.
Sewers.
Local time.
Psst.
And and obviously I've asked for like where she's staying and stuff like that.
Edward!
Or did she know where she was staying potentially?
Didn't know all the details.
Hey!
So all I know is she's arrived in, or supposedly arriving in 8 AM in New York.
Mr.
Yep,
Percival!
Not a lot to go on.
Top hat!
Yes, Miss Tang?
Hey! You're going to need that vest. We're going in the Evans. It's going to be die hard. It's going to be great.
Excellent. Good news. Excellent.
Janitors. We could pretend to be the cleaning staff. Because no one pays attention to the cleaning staff.
Unless they're like tall and imposing and
does the
covered in
plane have a
tattoos.
phone line? Because you know how phones and planes were a thing.
Yeah, why not?
I'm going to connect to the internet. So you all hear the screeching sound of the modem. Yeah.
That's going to be blisteringly fast.
We've got a little bit of time.
Okay.
Some sound effects are you from the 90s.
Oh yeah, we could just insert Skrillex here.
I'm going to look up charity
£1 a minute.
auctions in New York City and see if
Charity
there are
orphans, sorry.
Yes!
Sorry, I completely misheard you. What did you-
auctions
Oh, auctions.
and see if there's any being held within the next few
Charity
days.
orphans.
Legend Bob.
Oh, if we're doing that, we totally
One.
should get some extra stuff and then put it in ourselves and then have loads of different things and not just the one thing that we're submitting. So we should go to like thrift stores and get some things that we can put in that are like super important things from some rich famous person or something, and then we've got more things.
Wait, what? Why are we doing auctions now?
To get him to buy the thing to put it in his house so we don't have to go in his house.
But what happens if he doesn't buy it?
Well then we play Die Hard.
But now we've lost it. Someone else has bought the thing.
And
What happens if he's had his statues custom made and it'll look really suspicious that there's one that's exactly
Yeah,
the same appearing in an auction?
But I'm assuming in the didn't they say though that the statues he
buys
has
the
some similar ones, he buys them.
I still think we should just sneak in there and put it in. Or just leave it on the doorstep
So
and see if
is
he
there
picks
one?
it up.
Yes,
or
but not for any of the
or
charities he's
museums.
associated with.
Museums, right? And then we can like do a thing where it's a temporary exhibit at the museum, and then he'll be like, "Oh, I've heard about this new temporary
I want to
exhibit."
nick it.
And then he'll be like, "I would like to purchase this because I'm rich and have too much money." And the museum will be like, "Well, okay, but it's going to cost you a shitload." And then he gives loads of money to the museum, so the museum's good. And then he gets his thing, and then we get our thing, and then we get paid. Museum gets
Well,
paid.
this is-
He gets his
you're
toy.
making it
Museum gets
But
his
then
toy.
won't an archaeologist start shouting it belongs in a museum?
It belongs in a museum.
The other question
Private
you have to
collections.
ask... Edward's like rejoined the group by now. The other thing you have to ask is why would the museum want this?
Because it's cool.
Can't we just...
But that's not what museums are for, Mustang.
Can't someone just...
Or we put it in the gift shop.
Why
Is
doesn't
this
someone
supposed
just
to be
dress
like a
up
recreation
as a
of an
janitor?
actual statue?
And then while they're cleaning his office, just make the switch.
From my knowledge of stuff, because I have academics.
Yeah, make an intelligence and academics roll.
Lots.
Yeah, 5.
Doesn't look like a particular replica of something or anything like that. It's sort of in the style of.
Art.
Yeah, so it's modern.
It's modern.
Cool.
It's not trying to be.
Yeah, okay, that's good, because that's going to be a lot easier to explain than here's a random ancient Egyptian statue.
Would Edward have any links or any contacts that would be able to help him from his nobility side of things?
Possibly.
No.
Because I'm just thinking Edward could
That's a
just go in
slang
as
term for noble.
Edward Percival. And I'm sure we've got some mining that needs doing
Oh,
back in England.
What if we try to steal one that he's already got,
Told
Why-
him we already got one.
and
And then I
then
can present it as a gift.
when it's retrieved, it's actually the other one.
Miss Tang, if
So you want us to break into the fella's house, steal one, not put our one there, and then bugger off, and then try and return the other one?
Actually, that might work because if there's
Well,
security,
she said they all look the same, right?
if we were to replace it and get seen replacing it,
then that's
then
obvious.
it's going to be obvious. Whereas if we
If
make
it
off
went
can do the
missing,
switch
and then
where
it was
he won't have
found-
security,
We could give it to the police and say we found it in a bush, and the police give it to him, and then it's totally legit.
A bush.
there's multiple issues with this plan, Miss Tang. First off, the general police force will probably not know who this random statue which we found in the bush belongs to. If you
No,
allude...
but he'd report it stolen.
Yes, and New York is a massive city. There's a good chance that the precinct he reports that to will not be the precinct that finds it.
We could make it be the one that finds it.
Just
'Cause
sneak
the
in,
thief
switch
stole
the
it,
thing.
and then
I love their logic.
I have to say, if we're not going to go with just trying to actually get it in via an auction or, like I said,
I just thought if we can do it an easy way, why not?
I am afraid I'm going to have to side with Miss Crawley on this one. It has to be a very,
Going in through the air vents.
well, maybe Mission
No,
Impossible
no.
hanging down.
We're
from some
going
ropes.
at night.
when he's at
Mostly.
home,
Hey, you just get
That
someone
was
to
an
dress up as a
alien's
cleaning
thing.
person.
he did an alien thing.
No one pays attention to janitors,
Okay.
so you can hear loads of stuff.
Don't take this the wrong way, but you've got the right complexion.
Yeah, I know. I was a cleaning lady in a hotel for about 6 months.
I start flicking through the dossier to see
Now
if
we
there's
just need to
anything
get
in the
you some
dossier to do
Windex.
with a cleaning company employed.
And some lemon pledge.
No.
We need
Should we
more
go
lemon.
It's not a particularly full dossier.
We need more lemon.
So
Okay.
yeah, I will have read through the entire dossier.
So we're
'Cause
working.
I will have now memorised it.
So I'm looking at the dossier. I said we're working on this dossier. We've all got limited knowledge. There's lots of blanks here. I suggest at least one day to stake out before we make an actual plan.
Scout the place.
Yes.
Do the rounds.
See.
Clean the place.
See if there is a cleaning company. If we could coerce or potentially detain and then pose as the cleaners.
Who's the smallest one? Because you might be able to sit in the bin while we drive around.
I don't like this plan.
It's a starting of a plan. It may or may not work.
It's at least 12% of one.
Hey,
Yeah.
I don't want to sit in a bin.
when I was a cleaning lady, I nicked a lot of shit. Just saying.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
Failing that, I'll see if I know anyone in circles back home that might be able to get us a meeting.
Isn't that
But
like
what we're going to say in the
thousands
meeting?
of miles away?
Yes, it is thousands of miles away. That we can discuss at a later point if we can actually get a meeting.
Okay, I just want to take a moment.
Is this your statue?
I just want to take a moment to say how proud I am of everyone of not saying let's just go in the front door and start a fight. Good job, everyone.
We could go in the front door and start a fight. Yes, the custodian plan, I think, is.
But I don't want to hide in a bin.
They don't hide in
No one has to hide in a bin. But I think if we, I mean, for a building like that, we're what, have a crew of about 15 janitors a night, so we could easily replace 5 of them.
The
We
problem
don't
is
need
what
to
the
have
other 10.
everyone. And how many do you
The
want? How
janitors
big
don't
is this
give a crap.
building?
How big is the building?
Pretty big.
I mean, are we talking like
Fucking
skyscrapers?
palatial. It's not a skyscraper.
Okay, we need to scout it out. We
Yeah.
cannot go in blind.
Okay.
We went in blind last time, and well,
Oh.
me and Miss Crawley had a lot of
Oh,
fun.
we
but
could go to the library and get blueprints and stuff because they do that in films.
Were
and
any
it's
of
cool.
the charity auctions I saw for anything ecological?
Yeah.
I'd say there was one, but it wasn't for any of the charities he was supporting. So, no, it's not that.
Cool. Well, let's get a hotel first.
Herman, what do you think? Oh, can we get one near? Is that going to be really expensive? Do we have to pay for this? Are they paying for this? How do we do this?
I think they're paying.
even if they're not paying, I can handle that. We could get a hotel that overlooks the building. Would be advantageous.
If a bit creepy.
If it's that big, I don't know if we'd overlook it.
It's a manner of speaking, Miss Tang. It's merely that we can visualise the building from where we are.
Cool. Steak out.
Yes, precisely.
We could get steak out as well.
I like it. Well, if we're going to New York City, we've got to get a pizza.
Can I go on the roof?
See it all the time on Friends.
Is that new show on
Oh, I hate them.
the new up and
You
coming
hate
show?
them.
Yeah.
I mean,
Friends?
They're
Wasn't
fun.
hadn't it been running for 8 years in
No.
98?
It's been going quite a while, hasn't
They're
it?
really fake.
No, it finished in 2001. So
And it ran for 10 years.
Yeah, I was going to say, yeah, it ran for a while.
Yeah.
New York's famous for pizza, right?
Can I climb on the roof?
You can come on the roof if you want, Miss Tang.
Sounds like shits and gigs to me.
Herman, you in?
Yeah, sure.
Okay, well, I'm going to go back to sleep now. Everyone goes back to his chair and goes back to sleep.
Until we prod him in about 10 minutes when we start landing. It's not long.
It's not a very fun.
Yeah, Edward likes to sleep. He also doesn't like flying. So,
Oh, great, look at that! I'll say, pointing out the window.
What is it?
Edward won't look. Edward's not. You've noticed that the whole time Edward's been in the plane, he's never ventured to a seat towards the edge of the plane. He's always stayed in the middle.
Whereas Lisa's doing the opposite and keeps
Yeah.
going up to the window, you know,
Mhm.
stop doing that, and then going to tell someone and then not telling you.
I've raided the in-flight bar. The trolley cart.
Minibar.
Minibar. Got 6 of those really small
The
bottles.
plane lands in a
What are you
real
going to do with
airport.
those?
In a real airport.
Drink.
Okay, I'm going to leave everybody.
As long as you're going to drink them and
Edward
not
just disappears. Just wanders off.
drink them and not throw them at people.
no.
I think they're plastic.
No, this is the 90s.
That's plastic.
Everything's fancy in the 90s.
Everything is awesome. Hey, where's Edward gone?
No idea, but didn't the POM want to know where we're going?
So yeah, you're heading off. You're probably going to be aware that she was flying into JFK Airport.
Where are we? Mm-hmm.
JFK Airport.
Hey!
Convenient.
So that's why I've wandered off. There we go.
So he disappears.
Edward disappears, you guys carry on.
Okay, first of all, I probably didn't notice that you went, but I might have noticed that you've gone.
Yeah. Who's carrying the stuff?
What, the dossier?
The dossier, the statue.
He's the sensible one.
Yeah, I'll make sure we bring everything that we need. So
I've got
one of us
6
has to.
in-flight bottles of scotch.
Yeah, to be honest, I've lost interest in the dossier now. I've got it memorised.
I might need to reread. So.
Okay.
I kind of like the cat.
Thank you.
If we swap it, can we keep the old one?
Let's sell it.
Think they might take it off as part of completing the mission,
Well, it might make her happy.
just to make sure we're not returning the one with the bug in it.
Are they actually identical, or are they just like the same but different?
I'd hope they're identical, or the geezer's going to realise that we switched it pretty quickly.
Yeah, it just seems a bit like...
Unless he's blind.
There is no notes in the dossier to suggest any kind of physical disability.
Do on a long shot to the security guards.
What, does he hire blind security guards?
Yes.
Yes, but they're
Equal
all like
opportunities employer.
they're all like daredevils.
I mean, it would make our lives a lot easier.
It's New York, they're all dead.
They're all daredevils.
That would make our job a lot harder.
Oh, I find him on the rooftop. Hey! What the hell are you doing up here? Just watching the
Lemon play.
set. It's 2 in the afternoon. Well, I'm early.
Anyway, yes. There are, again, not significant records about the nature of the composition of his security team,
It's worth a shot.
whether or not they are blind. You think it's probably
You could
fairly
probably
unlikely.
get them blind drunk.
I thought you were going somewhere a bit darker.
What?
I thought you were going somewhere quite a bit darker. Probably just blind them.
Oh.
You can't do that.
I know.
We're not setting fire to the building, and we're not killing the security guards,
Or blinding
the
them.
guy, or like anyone, please.
Knockout gas. No.
I was going to say, do you have knockout gas? But given your character, there's a half a chance you can make it.
Mm. Yeah.
Well, mate, does it smell like chloroform to you?
Well, yes.
Building up a resistance to iocane powder.
Alright, you should get to the hotel.
Yeah, we'll
Right,
go to the
so
hotel.
you lot go there. Edward has wandered off in a different direction. I'm going to say he's just disappeared because
He wandered off.
he wandered
I
off.
didn't see him leave, but I have noticed that he
To
was
be
not
honest, I
there.
probably wasn't paying attention.
Yeah, that was kind of Edward's plan. That, that it was busy.
Okay, what are you doing?
Right, so I know she flew in from the United Kingdom,
Yep.
and I know what time she landed.
Yep.
So I'm going to the flight desk where she would, for the airline she would have come in from.
British
Um,
Airways.
Yes, most likely. Well, no,
What?
potentially not. Potentially she probably flew in. Potentially flew in on a private, fairly well-to-do family. So,
Oh,
shall
you
I
should have
make
just
a roll
flown
with some
first class.
She probably just flew in
first class?
Virgin
yeah.
Atlantic.
So I'm going to check with the flight desk for the flight and ask them for information.
I think we're after Concorde, aren't we?
Yes, just
No, maybe. This, I think, might be the in-between period where it was grounded and they were going to relaunch it, but then,
Yeah.
of course, 9/11 happened and somewhat put a squiff on that.
Yes. Anyway, so I'm basically gone to the counter and
Yeah.
looking for information.
Okay. Yeah, you can. They
This is before date protection, so
well, to be honest, there's also a certain amount of.
Actually, no, 1998.
It's not so much before data protection as. Can you tell me where this? Oh, I'm looking for my sister. This was her flight.
yeah.
This is her number. This is her this. Her seat was blah.
Well,
That's
it's not.
one.
You don't have all that data,
No.
but you know which flight she came in
Yeah.
and when. They're not. They can't tell you where she went, what happened, but they can. They can tell you. Okay, yeah, that plane came.
Yes,
into
this
the gate.
person came in.
Yeah, this plane came in. No reports of anything. Yeah, arrived fine.
And then I'm going to now go harass some security because they would have done a passport check on her as she came through passport control.
Okay.
So I've gone up to security.
You're going to go
Please
and
don't
harass
start fighting
Border
the airport.
Protection.
I'm not going to start fighting the airport.
Okay.
I'm going to speak to passport control, or their version of passport control, and I'm going to ask them a simple question. I'm going to give them my passport and ask them if someone with this name, Elizabeth, blah blah blah, has come through and
Your
scanned their
name's
passport.
Elizabeth?
You're not there anyway. Shush. Yeah, so I'm inquiring. I'm going to tell them the reason why, because my sister's landed. She's now missing, and I just want to know that if her passport's come through here.
No, Concord's still going.
Okay, cool. So she may have
Let's go back to Britain then. It takes a couple of hours.
About $8,000 a flight, but it's still going.
Yeah, it's ridiculously expensive. But
What do I need to roll? I feel like you make me do a roll.
yeah, I'm
Nice.
going to make you do a roll. I'm going to make you do a charisma and presence roll.
Remember your three
Charisma
successes.
and presence.
Yeah.
It could
Like-
work.
I-
It could work.
Remember you can use
Why
willpower.
can't you go with manipulation?
Because it's charisma.
Because
Okay, do you know what?
Willpower.
Because I feel like this is important, I'm actually going to put
Some willpower.
I'm going to put some willpower into this bad boy. I'm going to put 3 willpower into this bad boy.
Wow. 3 automatic successes.
Yeah, I'm just going in there because this is important to my family.
That's a good thing you did that.
It's good because I've got 4 successes.
It's including the 3 free ones.
Can
Yeah.
you only spend up to your legend in willpower or something like
How
that?
is that?
I'm not sure what the
I think
rules are
that's
for
what
how
Colin's
much
just
willpower
checking.
you
Okay,
can
if that's the case, then I'm spending 2.
Mm-hmm.
in.
Which is fair, because you already said that, yeah.
Yeah.
You can spend as much as it will allow. I'm trying to find.
At least 1.
Well, if it's 1, then I'm going to spend another 1 to re-roll that roll.
Isn't it legend
There's
you
still
spend
something
in?
different.
You do
No.
spend
Willpower. Automatic successes. The player may spend 1 temporary willpower point to receive 1 automatic success. This is in addition to any successes generated by their dice roll.
So I can only spend 1.
Thank you.
So I'm spending 1. And I'm going to spend 1 to re-roll.
It's
legend. To
I'm
reroll.
going to spend a legend to re-roll them.
His family is important to it.
My family's very important to
Well,
me.
do you want to activate loyalty as a virtue?
Oh, yeah, can I do that? Because this
You
is...
could totally activate loyalty.
It's
to
one
one way
willpower.
gives you as many dice as you have in,
Indeed.
and you also tick off an activation of loyalty.
That's fine, because I'm happy with that, because loyalty is one of my highest ones. So.
Yeah, go for
I
it.
was involved.
Thank you.
Take off your thingy.
Oh, do I have to
'Cause you
tick?
did it.
Yes.
Yeah,
You
you also
used it.
tick that off because you can only you get activations.
Only, oh,
of
right, yeah,
that as
okay.
well.
Press all the buttons!
Now use a legend point. Did you roll
One,
that?
Oh,
two,
no, oh,
three,
lovely.
4, 5.
That's better than it was.
5, 6, including the auto one that I added to it.
Nice. That's
Okay.
better.
That's a bit better.
Family is very important to
Congratulations.
Edward.
Yep, you schmooze with people who are hired based on their ability to have no sense of humour whatsoever.
Actually, I think that would almost work for Edward, because he doesn't really have a sense of humour. He's coming in, he's putting a very serious and, sort of argument in there that they actually understand.
Plus, you're British, so they automatically respect you.
Exactly.
And
I'm
probably
talking,
think you're a
and-
Bond villain.
Yeah, and I'm talking
Probably
with the
think you're a
finest
Bond
British
villain.
accent right now. So, yeah. Anyway,
Yeah.
Sean Connery.
Okay.
Betty Schwartz.
It's the finest British accent I can think of.
Okay.
being Scottish.
You successfully So you talk to them. They'll confirm that she came through. They didn't pay a lot of attention beyond that, but
I'm going to push my luck and ask to see if they got security cameras.
with that many successes on your roll, you can.
Right, and then when I view the CCTV footage, is she with anyone, and does it show me what exit from the airport she leaves from?
You can see her.
I'm basically
She's-
becoming Liam Neeson right now.
She is travelling with a. she is travelling with someone, a young man. You think is her boyfriend. You're not entirely sure.
Yeah, because I don't pay that much attention to my sisters, really. Not to that extent, anyway.
Learning boyfriends' names.
Yeah. Outrageous.
Their names.
Do I see... Does it cover the outside, and do I see it get into a yellow cab or anything like that?
They go and get into. You'll just be able to see them get into a cab.
And can I see what the number plate is?
License plate.
License plate. Sorry.
simply 3.
Or anything that would identify it, so I can actually identify where that camera
Well,
It's a
even if
yellow
you can't
cab.
get the plate.
I'm sure there's only like 3.
This is New York, after all.
Yeah, no, so I'm asking for identifying.
Yeah, no, I was going to say that I'm not sure the CCTV will be up to that kind of.
Can you not just enhance that part of the video?
Yep.
I've seen CSI enhance.
yeah, that doesn't work. No, you're probably not going to be able to get more than that.
Okay, alright. I'm not going to do it while I'm in there.
Okay.
Got a timestamp though.
Oh, what are you doing? I'm excited.
You've got a way of tracking it.
Yeah. So I'm going to go find somewhere private,
The toilets.
and I'm going to cast Adrian's Eye so I can follow her, so I can track her.
Sexy.
But it has to be private, so I can't be seen.
The disabled toilets.
At least I'm pretty sure it lets me follow someone.
Ariadne's thread.
Yeah, that's the one. Yeah, I've written I twice. Fred is what it was meant to say. I've
Over
written,
the unlidded eye.
yeah, I've also written unlidded eye. And then,
The unlidded eye and Ariadne's thread.
yeah. And if not, I'm going to roll a mystic thing. And find out exactly where she bloody
It
is.
costs 1 legend.
Yep.
Not willpower. I'm sure. But yeah, it's the other one that costs willpower.
Mm-hmm.
This effect lasts for 1 day per success rolls. Success rolls. So perception survival roll.
I believe.
And I'm going to add a willpower success to this as well.
Oh.
You are burning willpower.
I need it. I need to find my sister. It's important.
Okay.
Especially if you keep being loyal, you'll get it back.
Oh, yeah, can I do loyalty again as well? No, I'm not going to do loyalty. I don't need it for this one. That's really...
Now you failed everything!
You've got an auto success from the willpower. That means you've got.
Oh, it's
That's
a
a-
very.
Oh!
3
So
turns.
you can track her for a week.
Yeah, okay, yeah. So I've got 7 and I'm tracking her now.
You've got a week of being able to track her. So as you're coming out, you've got that sort of spider web overlay on everything. You can see traces and connections. People are talking. You can see the sort of connections flashing up between them and all this kind of thing. You can't sort of really focus and get much detail out of most of it because the spell is focused on one thing. But you come down.
Press R1.
Yeah.
Actually, it's like Cerebo in the X.
Yeah.
I'm not sure. But yeah, there's this overlay. It's a bit distracting until you get. It's going to take you a little while to get used to it. You get accustomed to it. But yeah, you can see as you go towards where they got into the car. You can see this trail picked out as they've moved along. It's not so much in like a thread. You know, it's not like it's a visible thread you can see, but rather the disturbances of where they've passed are highlighted to you. You can see that trail, almost feel the vibrations somewhere that way of her, because you focused on her, not him.
Yeah.
In the web of fate.
I am going to jump in the closest cab, wave a $100 bill in his face, and just say, "Drive where I tell you to drive," and I'm going to follow that. And then you can kind of go back to these guys while I'm off following.
Okay.
There you go.
So we've just flown like a couple of states over. Had a chat about the dossier and the mission and how we're going to do the plan.
And
how
Edward's
it's
just
gonna go.
walked off.
We've landed at the airport.
And Edward's gone. No, Edward's gone.
There are a few things more important to Edward than his family.
Where's Top Hat?
Which is entertaining, considering you've just said that you don't pay much attention to.
No, I don't pay. Like an older brother would. I don't pay attention to the boyfriends and things like that. But
Aren't they older than you?
no, they're younger than me. I'm the eldest.
My cousins are older than me.
I'm pretty sure they should be younger than me. I should be the eldest.
Okay, fine. You can be the oldest. It's your character's background. I'm just going to check what you wrote.
Yeah, I mean, help me out here. If I am younger, then I don't mind being younger.
How old are you?
7.
Did I write that we're younger? Or you just... Oh, we can come back to that anyway.
It doesn't really.
It doesn't overlap.
I don't know where Top Hat went.
The third child.
I am the third child, there you go. So they're actually my older sisters. They're twins.
Basil.
That I remember.
Twins, Basil.
Hang on, then, yeah, a younger brother. I don't get as a younger brother, not paying attention to boyfriends and stuff.
But you're
family
the,
is
you're
important.
the boy.
And I am the man of the house.
Mm.
Yeah, that's sort of. I have a father, but
The other one is married. The other sister is married.
yes, I'm off following that, and I'm disappeared. So. Carry on.
We got all the stuff out of the plane, right?
You?
Yeah, I
Did we
brought.
get his stuff out of the plane?
He already took his stuff. He was already gone.
Didn't see anything remaining. I
There was
brought the things I thought we needed. I did a double check around, make sure we hadn't
nothing
left
left in the
anything
cargo.
intentionally.
So, do you want to give him a shout, or are we just meet him at the hotel?
And then all of a sudden your phone buzzes as Edward says, "I'll join you later."
Convenient.
Mine doesn't.
No,
In fact,
it'll be yours
yeah,
because you're the only one I've got the number for.
Text him back a new phone,
Oh.
use this.
apparently Top Hat's going to join us later. So how about
Let's
we get to the
find a
hotel and
hotel.
get some lunch?
I like him. Well,
Taxi!
Sorry.
It's like mid-afternoon by this point.
late lunch.
Oh, we haven't had lunch yet.
Brunch.
That's not how that works.
Lina.
Lena. So we call a taxi and try and fit... Oh, we could fit 4 people in a
Yeah, you
taxi.
can. Easy.
No worries.
Just a bit squeezy in the back.
Yeah, let's get a cab to the hotel. I'm going to ask the cab driver where's the best place to get a pizza.
The cab driver will have an opinion on where the best place is to have it.
Several opinions. And give you a link to his pizza blog.
Can you take us via there?
Sure.
You can get him one as well.
Not the pizza
You
man.
peckish?
You could go for a pizza.
Yeah, we take the cabby to the
I was
pizza
going to say,
place.
this is America. I actually imagine a cabbie would be like, "Yeah, I'm well up for that, man. I'll come in for that pizza with you
It's
guys."
probably just like, fuck it.
Sure, why not?
Quiet time of day, let's go for some food.
That's good.
And listen to his stories.
So yes, we will go to get some pizza with the cab driver.
Good. Okay. Hey, everybody make a legend roll.
I have a legend.
Just these
Oh,
4, I
2.
assume.
The four of you who are in the area.
3.
One success.
Hey, first success of the night.
Nice.
So,
One success.
3, 1,
2.
2. Okay, cool.
Oh look, Edward.
No, not Oh Look Edward.
Oh look, Kanuna.
Hey, I'm doing this for pizza!
He was just on his way to Blockbusters.
No, it just turns out the pizza's awful.
No, you sit down.
To the best pizza in New York City, I think.
You sit down. You sit down to a pretty damn good pizza. I mean, it's a small place.
But a
It's-
big pizza.
It's a small sort of, like, not on any of the main streets, like little place. Really easy to overlook it, but yeah.
So I just realised I spent a legend to do that, pal.
Yes.
Yeah.
And yeah, you
I ordered the biggest one that they have because I've always seen it on TV.
you order a massive pizza.
You're going to need a box.
Comes in one, luckily.
Okay, so it's going to be going home then. Eating a pizza that big.
Oh!
So I'm not
No,
there.
it was for everyone.
I'll order the smallest pizza they do, which is still way more food than I really wanted.
Oh yeah, I just kind of ordered one for the table.
Cool.
Cool.
I eat pizza.
And a milkshake.
Yes. You
I've
can
got the airplane scotch. Alcoholism.
We tackle all the important things here on the show.
So yeah, after our night's pizza,
If you've been affected by any of the issues in
Lina.
this show.
After your pizza dinner. Yes.
yes, we will head to the hotel and pay the taxi driver.
Do we all have separate rooms?
I have no idea.
Stakeout. Should we be in the same room?
No. I say we're all in separate rooms, but one we designate as the stakeout room.
Because that's where we make the steak.
Yes.
Oh, that's my
And it's the
room.
one with a window facing towards the building that we're looking at.
It's the hotel near where we're already looking.
I think we said we were going to get a hotel.
Well, I think they're providing the hotel, aren't they?
Yeah, they are.
So
There's
it'll be
overload.
No stakeout
nearby,
room.
but not necessarily close enough.
Yeah, black car.
Because, nothing says inconspicuous like a shiny black car.
Why are you in that car? You're in a cab.
Exactly.
Just for the stakeout.
Yeah, right. So
So yeah, we get to the hotel. Do we all have our own room?
you all have your own rooms.
Yay!
It is close to the building, but you're not going to get a decent view of it from here.
Does the hotel have roof access?
Yes.
Probably. Sure, why not? Whether you're supposed to go up onto the roof is a separate matter. But
I will go up
The
onto the
answer
roof
is yes.
for a good view of New York City.
it has a window, therefore it has roof access.
You could invent something
There's a
no one's
fire
ever
escape.
seen before. The selfie.
With what?
A giant Nikon.
Get a Polaroid.
And then it blows away in the wind because we're on the top of like at least the 10th floor.
New York goes up.
Yeah.
I don't remember very much of New York, but then again I was about 9.
It's great. It's buildings, streets,
Loud.
traffic down there.
Where in
Buildings
New?
up
Are we
there,
in like Manhattan?
Sky.
Okay.
Yeah.
Looks distinctly Manhattan-y.
It looks distinctly Manhattan-y. Yeah, okay, so
Rooftops,
yeah, you
walls,
two can get
windows,
up onto the roof.
Fire escapes. Cold pizza.
Slice.
It's great.
Yeah. Slice of cold pizza.
Fair enough.
So what building are we looking at? That one. That one?
Can we see the building from here?
You've got a bit more scope because you're not peeking out a window, but still, it's kind of a little ways up and
Okay.
sort of on the other side of the street, which is advantageous, but it's still
But
quite
we
a
can't
steep
see it.
angle. You can't see.
Or
it
we can
deep.
kind of
you
see
can
a
kind of
tiny
see
bit
the
of it.
front of it a bit, but.
We're too far down.
Need to Batman across the rooftops.
I'm in.
Are you volunteering?
No,
Is anyone else up on the rooftops, or is it just those two?
just those two.
I decided I'd go up and...
Yeah, Heaven
Okay.
was
How-
coming. Heaven's cool.
On that note, how easy would it be to hop along to the next rooftop towards the hotel?
Well, if we're on the wrong side of the street,
Yeah, but we can get
but
opposite.
if there's no roads,
It depends on
In
whether there's an
between.
alleyway or a
yeah,
road
if
between
block,
the buildings.
yeah, where
Yeah.
the block stops.
Who has heroic bound? Whatever it is.
Not me.
Not me.
I can see
Does-
your ghosts if you die.
Does someone have cat's grace so they always land on their feet?
Cat's waste does not protect you from falling. Cat's
Just
waste
guarantees that you break your
Hope
legs.
it's-
But I will
Guy's
land on my
grace
feet.
does.
However, Sky's
Grace.
great, not Sky's
Aim for the
benevolent.
bushes.
That's
I
it.
land on my feet, and then my feet go through
That's-
my face.
Sky's benevolence is a coax gift that allows you to drop things on people very accurately.
Yeah, which is great.
Including
Not that
poop.
Corax.
That's always eyes light up when you said call that.
Anyway,
So cool.
yeah, looks like you can do it. There's sort of several buildings roughly on a level. Not
What time is it?
too
Kind of mid-afternoon.
wide. Yeah, it's mid-afternoon.
Does it look like you could do it with
You
kind
have
of?
not met Daredevil.
Does it look like you can
Well,
do it with
it's 'cause
kind
it's
of
not nighttime.
slightly more human athleticism?
Spider-Man,
I
though.
reckon you could probably. Yes, it looks like you could probably. A human could do it.
Cool. Excellent. I reckon we could jump there.
I'm game.
That's because you're
Herman
immune to
looks
falling damage.
I don't want to be too keen. But at the same time, Lisa has kind of made a point of, I'm going to do stuff and things, and jump off of things, and climb things, and just
It's going to be
generally...
hilarious if you botch the roll and fall and land.
Everybody goes, oh my god! And I'm like, it's fine, I'm fine, I'm fine. I mean,
I'm
ow,
fine.
ow, yeah,
Ow, yes,
ow.
I'm really hurting. Oh,
Don't worry, just walk it off.
It's alright, I landed in the dumpster. Fucking, she said I would be in the bin. Don't tell Maria.
Anyway, are you going to try it? Is Herman going to join them in trying this? The two crazies about to go roof jumping.
We're not crazies, we're just keen.
I'm going to finish
I'll-
my slice first.
I'm
we ask
going to
Maria
watch
if she
them
wants
do
to
it
come?
and make an assessment about whether I'm going to join them based on
Should we ask
the
Maria?
result.
Like, Edward's not here, but we can't leave her on her own.
Hey, Marrow, we're about to go jumping on roofs. Want to join? Send.
New phone, who's this? Yes, that sounds stupid, I'm in.
3 is on our way.
5
Awesome.
minutes later.
That's fine, we're finishing
It's
our
fine, it
pizza.
gives me time to finish.
Yep.
What,
Priorities.
what stupid things are we doing?
Going over there.
Jumping that way.
Cool. Who's first?
I mean,
You know the jump program in the Matrix?
yeah, I don't have that.
No one ever makes the first jump.
Unfortunately, the ground is not made of, toffee here or whatever it is. Probably not toffee. Toffee would be too hard. I don't think. What is it he's landing in the Matrix?
Computer code.
Pixels.
Well, yes.
For our American viewers, taffy.
Anyway,
Is that what taffy is? It's toffees?
No.
I was going to say, I've never eaten taffy before. I don't know what it is. I know it's
I'm
made
not
with
sure
salt
we've got a
water.
specific. Some of it is. It's not. I'm not sure we've kind of got like a specific word for that kind of sweet here.
Okay, sorry.
Like something like something a bit like Mawam is almost taffy.
Yeah.
Every day's a school day.
Anyway,
make them all. Really try not to
all
bot.
in this
Because you're
tree,
a lot of
5,
floors up.
6.
Okay, you make it look easy.
Well, that didn't look too bad.
You go next. You're up next, Lisa.
2 10s very much help.
what is it? Is it Dex and...
Dex
Dex
Athletics.
Athletic. I see.
yeah.
Sorry, I did
2,
assume Dex Athletics.
3.
Yeah.
Only 4.
Only 4. Okay. Let's. He's showing you off a bit, but
That's fine. It's totally intentional.
but no. You
I wasn't doing it with any flair. I'm literally just jumping.
I'm going to do a backflip now. I was playing the willpower for an automatic success, so just in case.
Fumble.
So I imagine that Ricky's kind of just gone,
3, 4, 5.
and just gone, and jumped
Took
for
one
it,
step
whereas
away, yeah.
Lisa's
Yeah,
kind of
yeah.
gone across something, rather than,
5 successes.
When do we regain our willpower?
Mainly through acting in accordance with your nature. What's your nature?
What is this? Virtues?
Nature.
Oh, nature. It's
Gallant. I'm going after my
competitor.
sister. I'm being very gallant
Oh,
right now.
interesting.
Okay, I'm just, competitor.
Mine's Lona.
Did I get any of my willpower back for being a perfectionist for basically achieving the last mission kind of on my Todd?
I helped.
That'd be Lona.
That would be a bit more loner.
I helped.
Right.
Well, I wasn't doing it deliberately on my Todd. Everyone else fucked
Yes,
off.
but loner would still be an appropriate one for essentially you just did that.
I did it perfectly.
You did it on your own while everyone else was.
I have continued to behave gallant. I'm actually
I'm actually not sure what I need to do
Gallon.
to perfect.
Receives 1 point to temporary willpower when he successfully protects or aids someone.
What about
I pulled you out of the thing.
Yeah.
And now I'm aiding my sister.
John? What about
In need at significant cost to yourself.
I got severely beaten up dragging you out of the building.
John? What about perfectionist?
When they perform a task flawlessly under difficult conditions,
I'm pretty sure I did that.
the storyteller is ultimately arbitrary of the quality of the task performed.
I'm pretty sure I perfectly got that guy to safety.
Mm.
Plus, I got the SD card perfectly.
Yeah, I'll give you that one.
I'm thinking you might have a new keyword.
I'm going to do everything perfectly.
Right. I'm going to try and make this jump then. Everyone else seems to have managed it.
Everyone else has managed to say well.
I believe in you, Herman.
Please don't fumble Herman. I don't want Herman to die.
Oh no, he's done it pretty damn well.
That's 4 or 5 with my...
Yeah, cool. Yeah, okay. Yeah. You're making it across the rooftops.
At midday, and everyone can see.
It's fine, no one ever looks up.
As long as they're all only dogs, they can't.
Dogs can look up!
They're all looking at the mobile phones. Oh, wait.
Wait 10 years.
No. Okay, yeah,
They're all looking at their Walkmans?
No, they're all doing things
Discman's
like
by
talking
98.
to each other and
Paper.
that kind of thing.
written
God,
paper.
the 90s were so barbaric.
You jump from building to building. Yeah, okay, so you can make your way along this road a bit until you can get a better view of this building. It is, it has some space around it, not a lot because this is still New York. But
Oh, this is a much better
it
angle.
is. Yes, it is. This build, it's a it's a very nice. Well, if you like this kind of architecture, but it's a very very nice classical.
Typical, like, Victorian type Manhattan.
Faux Greek,
Okay.
as in it's not actually.
Yes,
kind of
as in it's
2,000
not
years old.
realistic. Yeah.
Funnily enough, a building in Manhattan is not 2,000 years old. But,
Shock. Or
but yeah,
Scion.
Pillars.
but yeah, pillars, like, all that stuff.
Marble.
Doric, Ionic.
I have no idea.
right. Anyway. Yeah.
It's fine. Lisa wouldn't know.
Fancy.
Greek alphabet stuff on it.
No, not kind of
No,
that.
more
but
just kind of like fluted columny bits. And
Yeah,
loops.
columns
fluted
and
columny
things,
bits
yeah.
and that kind of thing, and
Cool. Okay. So, how many floors and how many entrances and how many windows?
Yeah, is it
kind of-
connected to other buildings? Is it
it's
like a
not
terrace?
directly connected to other buildings.
I
It
was
is
about to say how many windows at ground level, but that's irrelevant
lots.
because we're on the top and we're like, well, if we
Yeah,
can get
you're
up
looking.
here,
You're looking down at it.
Yeah.
It's 5 stories. It's quite. It is pretty damn. By most standards, it's pretty damn
Yep.
palatial. So
fancy.
in New York, that is money. I mean, it's short, quite substantially shorter than all the buildings around it.
That makes getting in the roof easier.
Yes, the roof is not especially flat, so the landing might be tricky.
Yeah.
But, you know, you got the trajectory. You could definitely hit the roof from here.
Not from here. You mad?
Aim for the bushes!
No one knows.
Assassin's Creed it, yes.
Haystack. Right outside the front
yeah.
door.
It's going the other guys, but
Yeah, I knew what you were doing.
nobody knows where they jumped that day. Basically, they say aim for the bushes, jump from a building, and next scene is their funeral.
Yeah, because it's The Rock and...
It's The Rock and Samuel
Yeah,
Jackson,
yeah.
which if they ever made a film of, I'd watch the hell out of that. Anyway, sorry, sidetrack.
But it's not a 90s film, so it's not included. in
No,
this,
it's not out yet.
So they're not appearing in this film.
Indeed. So, yes, yeah, there is not a convenient haystack for you to jump to.
Well, let's just.
That's cool.
scoot
It's probably for the
place.
best because Maria might set it on fire.
Anyway, yes, there are quite a few
Sensible
windows,
fire.
and
Sounds
looks like there's at least one other entrance down the left-hand side as you're looking at it. There may be
Okay.
something around the back.
So this whole place is his house.
Yes.
Yes.
So where's his room?
There.
Can we see?
You're looking at the outside of a very fancy house.
It's got windows.
It does have windows. It's 5 stories. There are multi. How much? You're probably about 10 stories up. It's a 5-story building.
Okay, yeah, we're quite a lot higher.
You can see a You can see
Yeah.
a bit of the floor of quite a few buildings. You can possibly see 1 or 2 beds if you're
Can I see
that
where
good.
the
but I
power
don't know
connects
that
to
anyone
it?
has telescopic senses. I think that might be a demigod thing. I'm not sure.
Can I see where the power connects to the building?
Uh,
And phone lines and that sort of thing.
Probably, yeah.
Satellite dish.
Probably got one.
Yeah.
That's a thing.
Okay. I will point out, well, there's the power. Here's the phone line. If you wanted to go in, could cut them. Is there an emergency generator that I can see? They're typically
Chances
on the
are,
roofs.
I'd
if
imagine
his
they've probably got
security is that good, if
backup
someone
power supply.
cut the phone line, it might set something off.
Awesome. Also, they might notice that someone was doing something.
Everyone does this. We're here already.
Dun, dun, dun.
And then, you know,
That's also pretty-
roller shutters on everything, sirens, alarms, black and yellow.
So
stripy
let's see if we
things.
can spot janitors going.
What, bees?
Not the
Oh my
bees.
god, this guy's Nicolas Cage!
Hey, there's a gun in Aztec mythology.
Black and yellow
about
stripy
bees.
thing.
Mm.
Yeah. Don't hesitate. I know where I was going with that.
Oh, a gun of bees.
I watched
and
the film.
Aztecs.
I still like the auction idea.
Yeah?
It's much easier if he just takes it home with him.
Yeah? Okay, so how do we make that happen?
Donate some.
We invent an auction.
No, we don't need to. I will say the name of the auction.
We have roughly 2 days to set up an auction in New York that looks fancy enough that this man will attend and buy.
And buy that statue.
Grand designs. Let's do this.
We don't have to tell him.
Challenge Annika.
No, we just have to make it publicly known.
We don't have to tell him. We could just tell someone who knows someone.
Or just stick a poster up outside his building.
You can knock on his door and go, "Do you want to buy this?"
Excuse me, Meister.
Post it to his letterbox.
We could just mail it to him.
Mail order.
Hey, UPS, can you deliver this? Tell him for being such a loyal customer and buying 3 already, he's won a free one.
Well, he might take it in, and if he doesn't, the worst case scenario is the delivery driver just takes it back again.
Return to sender.
We've got 3 days.
Swap into the US.
We've got 3 days
We
to...
could try that this afternoon. We could do that now.
Just get a UPS uniform, knock on the door.
We've got 3
Got a
days to shove
delivery
this
for-
random extra cat statue in his face as many times as possible, just to make sure he won't be at all suspicious of the cat statue.
I like the idea of just posting it.
Oh, no. What if it's not a you have won this? What if he has a mysterious admirer? And they have bought it for him because they know he likes that kind of stuff, probably.
What if we're a door-to-door cat statue salesman?
What if it's
Oh, we
his
have
family?
one left.
No, right.
So we're having a flash sale.
Hang on, no, because he has an adopted daughter. He's loaded, so she's probably loaded. So maybe she got him a present?
Wacky waving inflatable man.
Is she in? When's his birthday? When's her birthday?
Do we know any of that?
We've got to find on the internet.
You can probably find out when his birthday is. It will take you a little bit of looking around.
So it wasn't in the dossier.
Yeah, we've got a 3 in 365 chance.
We just have to
Never tell me the odds.
We can say either early or late birthday, and then there's only a small chance we actually delivered it on his birthday.
We've got 4.
Actually, to be fair, it probably would have had his date of birth on the thing.
We've got 4.
So, yeah.
Does it fall within the next 3
Let's
days?
go!
Does his birthday fall within that?
No.
I believe.
It's in June.
No,
It's actually today.
it's not for a little while.
What's the nearest holiday? We
Oh,
can just say
oh,
happy
I need
Kwanzaa.
I need an off license, a little like corner shop, pet shop thing, Cookie Mart, something.
Yeah, there's probably one down there.
Yeah.
Do you want to go? Step
right
off
now?
the building?
Jump.
No,
Aim for the bushes.
no. Although while we're up here, I am enjoying the breeze, assuming that there is one because we're fairly high. And
Yeah,
I
there's
won't be
probably
walking
a breeze.
around the edge of the building because that would be ridiculous. But if there's like a raised bit in the middle, which there sometimes is, I would be like wandering about on that because I'm thinking and it helps me think.
How it helps me.
Scott.
So we don't think the door-to-door statue salesman plan's going to work.
No, I still think janitors.
What if we make a mail order catalogue? It just sells cats and cat statues.
Do you know, there's probably someone that does that. It doesn't have to be just cats. It could be like various like knickknacks and crap for your house. And then all we need to do is just like put an extra page in there, or like put a thing over one.
Could make a magazine that's filled with pictures of cats, because that'll never be replaced by the internet.
Oh, you'll never get cats on the internet.
What happened? I have no idea.
We're trying to find our way to sneak a cat statue into a house. We
Okay,
could just throw it really hard at a window.
that might damage the technology and the window.
Love the idea of just having a cat. Then we just need to get the other one out somehow.
We hurl you into the window and you grab it and then jump out.
No, you might need something a bit heavier. Throw Edo.
Fire alarm!
We
Fire alarm at the window.
We convinced two pigeons to grip it by the husk.
No,
African or European?
different film again, guys. Different film.
Oh god.
Fire alarm.
No, in all seriousness, we could,
Someone's on the roof.
we could
set the fire
contact the
alarm
people
off.
that are doing the auction.
Everyone evacuates. Someone goes in and does a switch, and then goes
Turn
back
back,
up, and then
burning
they go, "Oh, well, that was a false alarm," and they go back.
All right, on the roof, can we see like ventilation?
Evans.
Probably.
The Evan pan.
Yeah, why not? Sure.
We're going with Evans.
Doo-doo-doo.
I mean,
Where are you, man?
Unfortunately,
You're missing the
unfortunately, Edward's not here to object to any of these crazy ideas.
In the Scion universe, are air vents capable of supporting human weight, or much like in real life,
is it like film?
air?
Is anyone light?
They are kind of like designed to support a flow of air.
Right.
Not like what you see in the movies where they support Bruce Willis.
Okay, scratching
Demigods.
the air
Bruce
vent
Willis.
Follow
pan.
on from
Right.
follow on from Cat's Grace would allow you to do that.
Cat's Grace, you're saying?
Follow on, the demigod follow on.
Damn it!
Oh, is that
Oh, that's the one we.
Lily one?
Yeah,
Yeah.
walk on lily pads. That's a great one.
That's amusing.
Well, she.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Can we not tell him it's like a gift from a Nigerian prince or something?
It doesn't have to be
No one will ever believe that.
the actual air vents. Because most of the walls and stuff is hollow anyway, so you can go through the walls.
You could just slide it into the air vents, because just drop it into the air vent, it'll slide down.
No, wait, I've got it. Right, what we do is we go to the top floor, yeah, we call the lift, we put it on a wheelie chair, and we put it down the lift shaft.
With ho ho ho, now I've got a
Yes!
machine gun.
Ricky!
Ho ho ho, now I've got a cat statue.
Well, no, you don't, because you just dropped it down the lift.
Ho ho ho, now you've got a
Then
cat.
we're losing the will here, aren't
I think maybe.
I think the auction's actually not a bad plan.
Okay, let's try that. We'll try
I mean, it's
that.
better than trying to tell him he's won it.
Okay, so we're going to try
Knock
that.
over a coconut and win
We
it.
can try that in the morning, but it's going to take some preparation. So do you want to try the UPS guy tonight?
we? About a janitor.
You might
then.
question
How about
why
a
his
janitor
cat
then?
statue has just been randomly delivered.
Well, what's
We
the
just need
chances
to
he's
dress
going to
up.
open the
There's
door?
no
He's not going to
organisation
open the
needs to
door.
be
Does it say when he bought the last cat statue?
1874.
So we can't. If it was recent, we could have claimed it was a buy one get one free offer.
Or,
He's in his
you know how
Not
Nick always
1874.
buys stuff and then it doesn't turn up and then he complains and then both of them
And then
turn
they
up.
send him like 4.
Yeah.
As I'm not there, but I mean, I would imagine, reading the dossier, this man's rich. He's not just buying random cat statues from random outlets. I imagine the stuff he buys are relics or something that's been handcrafted.
Well, no, it's an artist and it takes them about, a month plus to actually
In the
hand
dossier,
carve
does it
and
say
polish
where
the
he
thing.
obtained the others?
eBay.
Not sure that's really properly up and running.
Can we ask Jeeves for where you can buy cat statues and see if we can find any that look similar?
Cat statues are us.
Do these statues have a specific name? I'm assuming it'd say that in the dossier.
Or we find out his itinerary and then if he's going to a department store, we put
I don't
it in
think he's
the
going to
department
publish that
store,
online.
And then, well, no, but we could follow him around.
We kill him and then put the thing in his office.
That would stop us from listening to his conversations.
You also stop him from being a problem for Mr. Vostok. Not that I'm there suggesting that. I'm just...
I don't think they
Miss
want
Spears said she wants to
again,
listen to his
murder,
conversation.
real crime, okay?
No, Mr. Vostok said he wanted to listen to his conversation.
Okay, but
But-
Miss Bears would be annoyed and she's kind of creepy.
We arrange a war between Nigeria and Russia, and then America just...
Why?
Just the plans are getting more elaborate.
Okay.
Edward's not there, so I'm just like...
You in a car?
I'm in a car following my sister.
We should probably sleep in our ideas.
Given I know that where the telecommunication lines are going in, do I think I could patch into it and listen in?
Bit of spy tech.
You could try.
Well, I'm quite good with technology.
You could use that modem that you connected to the satellite phone on the plane.
I think you left it on the plane.
I
I
did
mean-
leave that, but I've got my laptop.
I mean, if you can hear things in there without... I mean, surely that just does the job that Vostok wanted you to do with the cat.
That's
Well,
true.
no, but it might. If I can listen
I'm not
in
there,
on
by
some,
the way. You can't talk
if
to
I
me.
can listen in on some of the, if I can listen in on some of the phone calls, it might give us a clue as to where he's going.
And we go to where he's going, and we leave it where it is. And he
And
goes,
we
"This
have-
is really
And
cool.
we have
Let's have this."
we have a statue selling cat statues.
Then we sneak it into his
Selling
pocket.
cat statues.
A stall selling cat statues to raise money for Save the Earth.
And we just sneak it into his coat.
I think he might notice like a
Reverse pickpocket him.
5 kilogram lump of granite just in his pocket.
I've played Skyrim. You
No,
can do that.
so what you're saying is we just sneak into the building, put buckets on everyone's heads, walk in, put the cat statue down, and walk out taking the buckets off as we go.
Where are we going to get that many buckets?
Okay. Anyway.
Spawn glitch.
I think we've gone too far.
I have no idea what's going on.
I can imagine a lot of this towards the end is going to get...
I'll admit, when I said, I said to someone on the Discord thing, I have no idea where this game's going to go.
You weren't wrong.
I mean, you did give us a cat statue.
Hey,
I gave
you
you a
knew
cat
exactly where this
statue.
game was going. New York.
It's a hell of a town.
But does the cat have a
Maybe.
cheeseburger?
There were a lot of things you could have done before now, which you didn't do, and a lot of things that I was, even the path you seem to be trying to follow, I was not expecting conversations about, so we'll throw Mickey at the window.
I'm just glad it wasn't me.
And when the guy's like, where have you come down? I go, I tripped over. I found
Aliens!
5 stories up.
I fell off that roof of that building there.
Oh, I drilled through the earth and just kind of fell up.
Oh, bloody
Yes.
mate.
Does that work?
I have no idea. I was so drunk last night.
No. If only.
Anyway.
Right. Craziness.
Right. So, yes, we will leave it there for now. We will reconvene in 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
But we'll miss it. It's 3 days. So, we're going to go back to the hotel and discuss things and wait for Edward to turn up. In the meantime, I'm going to go downstairs and carefully and not die and go to the little shop and buy a lottery ticket with the numbers that I got from Edward.
Clever girl.
You're going to... Yes. So you go down... I'm going
I'm
to go
putting his
downstairs
numbers on.
carefully and not die. You don't have to be careful to achieve the second one, but fine.
Anyway.
Well,
You don't want to show
he
off.
doesn't make accidents. So, I'm trying to emulate.
Unless
thing.
he's directly sabotaging your chances to win.
Well, I go and put a thing on and then I come back and then we have more food.
Okay.
Chinese.
I'm following the trail, so wherever that leads me is where I'm going.
Yeah.
And meanwhile, we'll discuss how to throw a cat statue up.
Yeah.
I think we'll probably be starting with you and then figuring out when you're coming back.
And
And
then
then
you come
go
back
from
and we're
there.
still sat in the lounge with like takeaway Chinese containers arguing about how we get a cat into the
And
lounge.
there'll just be a whiteboard with pictures of a building and a cat statue being thrown.
String, red string everywhere. Red string.
And a little UPS man holding a cat statue.
Yep.
A guy opening his
I
coat
know
on
why
the
Maria
street
going,
corner with a
"Jenna?"
cat
And,
statue.
yeah, with a
Jenna?
with a cat.
Like
yeah.
Scotch, Jenna.
Anyway, yeah.
Yeah.
Your
At least my character's doing something sensible.
your character's doing something sensible.
We were doing recon.
You're heading off on after unknown things on your own, which
I'm sure you'll be fine.
Totally works out every time.
Well, it worked
may or
out for
may not
him.
be sensible.
He nearly got murdered by a ghost ninja.
Well, I'm trying to assume that my sister has just been an
And
idiot and
you
not be
actually
a...
know about that. These two don't know about that because we haven't told
Yeah,
them yet.
I was wondering if you were going to tell them while you were on the roof.
On the roof.
Oh, yeah. That's the thing.
Right.
Yes, anyway, thank you very much.
You don't say that bit. Colin says that.
No, I'm just saying thank you very much for everyone here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm tired now. I want to go to bed.
John.
Thank you, everybody. Thank you for watching. Thank you, everybody. Thank you, all the players. You are entertaining as always.
Well,
And
that's one
one
word
word.
for it.
we'll see you in 2 weeks. I believe we'll be missing.
Yes, I'm
Well,
ready.
Mr.
No. Oh, that's fine.
So
We're going to
That's
send him
just
to go and
Herman's brain
scout out.
shutting down before the discussions of
No,
throwing
he's going to go
cats.
look for the catalogues.
I'll give while I remember now because it won't be. I'll give you
Do you
another
want me to
free
turn it off?
experience.
Does that might take us up to 9?
And bye bye.